Hello, everybody. I haven't taken my BRB yet, but I'm just gonna make sure that our friend Jeffrey's in the call, and that he can see me, and everything looks good. And I think we'll get this in just a minute. I gotta start my virtual camera. There we go. So Jeffrey, just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. That's great. Okay. I'm gonna turn down my echo. Hold on. Is it alright if I turn it up? We are live. I just wanted to, we are on stream, FYI.
Oh, that sounds good. Can you hear me though? I want to make sure.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
This is
Fantastic.
great. Okay. So give me just like a couple seconds and I'll be right back. It's gonna be so much fun. And I will get my sandwich ready. It won't take me long. It's an easy sandwich to make, so I just gotta get it, plate it, we'll be good to go. And then we can start. I'm really excited. I can't wait to talk to you. This is gonna be really fun.
It will be fun. Do you by chance have some waiting music or something? I'm figuring out my audio right now. You're only in my right ear.
No, that's my fault. It's my side.
Oh.
That's on my side. So, and I really would love to figure out why that happens. I think it's because of the way when you set up a FX out, it only goes in mono, so it's probably only coming in one ear.
Oh, good. You're just sitting to my right. That works for me.
Yeah, but I do want to make sure that you can hear the music. So if you can give me just a second, let me play something for you. So see if you can hear the music here, because it's important for me to make sure that you hear it. So let's see. Try this. Do you hear this?
I can hear it.
Okay, cool. Good news. Good. Do you want me to just keep that running while I go on break?
Whatever works.
Well, just for a little bit. I'll be right back.
I'm going to step away for a second, too.
Okay, no worries.
All right.
We'll be right
Chat,
back.
we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Yep.
It'll be fun.
Then. Man, this song is wicked. Look at this. It's called Le Sacre du Printemps. That is a trip. All right. I think we're just about ready to go. Jeffrey, you with us?
I think I'm with us.
Yes.
I hope I'm with us.
I hear you being with us. I think that's a yes for me. That sounds great.
I'm talking to a sandwich right now, but I appreciate it.
Well, I'm talking to a green face right now. So touche. You'll see what I mean when we get on screen. This is great. I still think my mic level's coming in too low. Everyone in chat, let me know if that's true, because I just feel like my levels aren't coming in right on the mic. The mic seems to be just coming in a little bit too soft. I gotta work on that. But I think we're ready. So let's go ahead and do it. I got an extra sandwich ready for Maria. We are ready. Our mods. Let's go ahead and do it.
Sorry, that was me.
Oh, okay. Hello, me. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet me. All right. Lego. Okay, so here we go. Folks, it's time to start the... Wait, let me just make sure I check one other thing. I think we got everything ready to go. Yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Let's go. This is like a loopable kind of song right here. Oh, yeah, I gotta clear all this stuff. Whoops. Gotta come off of here. Tying this off. Tying this on. Tying that off. Double sandwich all the way across the sky. Yeah. So intense. No, I'm kidding. I'll turn that off. Hello again. Welcome back to the Sandwich Show. We're just positively giddy over here about TwitchCon coming up in San Diego. And San Diego is only about 2.5 to 3 hours away from LA, depending on traffic. That's where I am. I'm in LA, and we're about to meet a really, really fun streamer. And I really do think that I think people are going to start finding out about our friend GreenGuyMusic out of Chicago, which is just fantastic. Green Guy, it's so good to have you on the program. Welcome to the show. How's it going tonight?
Thank you. Things are going really well. Excited to be here. I've been a loyal fan of the show now for at least a good handful of months, so it's crazy to see myself. Well, right now I see myself twice because I'm on both sides of the Zoom call. But, crazy to see myself on here. So excited.
Oh, I'm excited to have you here. Thank you so much again for doing this. Like, it's really a treat. Now, folks, there's a lot of things that we got to set up here as we begin our next Q&A show. So thank you for joining us at this late hour. It's we've done late shows before though. Like it's the last one we did was with Boy in the Bard, who is now the Mesosphere, and it's always a good time. And it's actually kind of nice for our West Coast audience because that folks who after dinner they can hang out and they can enjoy the show too. So, but yeah, just an incredible. Good to have you with us. So we're gonna be at TwitchCon this coming weekend. C-Dub and I will be hosting a meetup tomorrow night at Bub's at the ballpark in San Diego. Just really quickly, I'll just bring this up. It's at Thursday, Thursday from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. local time in San Diego. More information, you can find it on our Instagram at Davey's Eating a Sandwich. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me there too. So let's go back. And yeah, let's talk a little bit about music. I mean, I'm really excited. We're going to have Sandwich of the Week like we usually do. We'll have random questions. And also tonight, we're going to rank our favorite bagel flavors in a special tier list that we're going to do a little bit later in the show. So, yeah, I'm glad. So, your vibe is just really, really fun. I think the word that always sticks with me is energy. I see it all the time. And it's rather remarkable when you consider what time you're starting your show. It's just like, wow, that's pretty cool that you can bring that at that hour. But what drives you in terms of your musical style? Like what were some of your influences growing up and obviously the question that we always ask on the show, what brought you to Twitch? I mean, it's a common question. But, you know, what fuels you musically? What brings you that energy? I've always wondered.
Yeah, so it's sort of a long-ish story, I guess. But I've been singing for a long time. I took piano lessons from first grade through all the way through high school. Oh no, I think before first grade, but at least I took like 12 years of piano. I no longer have those piano skills, but I have some basic piano skills now. As I got older, I lost a lot of it. A lot of it that I never truly had. But yeah, so I don't know. I always was singing at home, always doing music. I know that's the generic answer. But then fast forward, I guess, to really what brought me to here doing this kind of stuff. So college a cappella, I would say, is where my current musical influence and style come from. Just being able to listen to songs and pull out parts and pull out like vocal textures. In case you guys haven't checked me out before, we do beatboxing. So I use my loop. Well, I don't know how to demonstrate while talking, but we use our looper here to do some beatboxing, usually some vocal textures, some piano background, and then I'm just singing live on top of that. So a lot of acapella things are sort of the basics of that. And then how I got involved with Twitch, I bought this piano during the pandemic, sort of near the start, and then I was just watching a lot of Twitch streamers, and slowly but surely bought this. I actually started streaming on my cell phone with this piano and a microphone that came with the piano that just played out of the speakers. And the sound quality, I've looked at my first streams, it was it's just awful. It sounded just terrible. And since then, it's been slow upgrades, but then finally got the looper, got a mic, got my stream set up. And so now it's all a little bit just half a step up from where it started.
That's very cool. Yeah, but the good, I mean, and there's never a shame in that, because I feel like literally everybody who's been on the platform has had the same experience. Like the first streams are always experimental. The technology is never on the same level that you have, until compared to what you have like 2 years down the line. And so, now when did you start streaming on Twitch? I was wondering about that too. Like, how long have you been doing the thing?
Yeah, I think it was around November. I played a little bit of Fortnite. So my very first stream was Fortnite, but that didn't last more than one stream. And after that, then I decided to give the music thing a shot. So I think I'm probably right around the 2-year mark now. That was 2020, around September.
Okay. Before I ask about the fella behind you, I'd love to know, who were your inspirations as far as Twitch streamers? Like, who inspires the layout, setup, the style you do, the format, and things like that?
Jeremy, I approve of Fortnite 100%. I started playing and didn't know that it would take off, but 4 years later now, I'm still playing that game for some reason.
Nice.
I'm like not a gamer otherwise. That's the only game I play, but still play Fortnite regularly.
Still a thing all these years later, absolutely.
Still a thing for sure.
Sarah, welcome in. Nice to see you. Thank you for the shout out, Jamie. Appreciate you. Welcome in.
Oh, Sarah, hello. Welcome in. I've been a recent addition to Sarah's community, so cool. Hello. But yeah, so musical. What were we saying? Musical in
which streamers were your like which streamers inspired the style of music you do, the things you do, things like that.
Yeah, so it's been just a lot of loopers is really all loopers. Definitely a lot of, as you mentioned before, Emily McVicker, watching her style. Matt Walden, definitely just watched him a lot. But even at the time when I started watching them, I didn't think I wanted to do what they did. I was just watching them and sort of learning, I guess, the trade without knowing it. So I was watching them before I ever got my looper. So it was a lot of learning from them. I'm trying to think. Autopilot a little bit as well, but he came a little later. There are just so many good people who loop on Twitch, and I'm just so jealous and in awe of all their skills. So it's cool to be finally a small part of that group.
Yeah, you named some really prolific loopers, absolutely, and it's really cool to see where it all comes from, and that's really great. So Stephen Cleveland, welcome in. It's good to see you as well. And yeah, Sarah Mahoney's a brilliant pianist on Twitch, by the way, so give her a follow too. And Steeman, that's right, follow Stephen Cleveland, playing Path of Exile. And yeah, I love the sentiments from Jamie. Yeah, definitely play some Fortnite with Jamie. That'd be a fun time. If that's a stream, I'll watch that. Jamie, go stream it.
For sure.
I watch it.
I'm also terrible. I've been playing 4 years and I still lose most of my matches.
It looks really tough to play, to be honest with you. Like, you need some serious reflexes. Like, I don't know if I'm too scared to play it. I feel like I'd be terrible too.
I'm too scared to play it, and I still do. So feel free to join anytime. I'm always down to play with fans.
You're welcome, Sarah. So what makes you Green Guy Music? It says on your page that your beautiful looking happy face behind you is part of your vibe. So what is the story of the Green Guy?
Yeah, so Green Guy did not start out as Green Guy Music. This guy, it was around 2009 that this guy was, I guess, invented. And so Sorry, I'm watching myself with a small delay, so let me hide that so I'm not so distracted. But Green Guy himself got started. Me and one of my friends, we actually made a app at the end of high school. It was like an app for iOS. It was a game and it ended up being a good handful. I think we ended up making about 5 games for iOS, something like that. And with that, one day I was so neither of us code. I'm not a coder, but I was doing like drag and drop logic, a software called Game Salad, where you can drag and drop the logic. And now there's a million of those programs out there. But it was really simple, straightforward. I was making like, oh, let's make this character. I don't know, run around the field. And so with that, we didn't have a character. So I just asked my buddy, hey, can you just throw together anything? So we were working on it together, and he just made a green circle, put two like black circles on it, a crooked nose and a mouth, and he probably made it in 20 seconds in Photoshop probably. And then he just sent it to me to use as a filler. And slowly but surely that filler character became the final character for the game. And he's actually everything, while it wasn't like purposeful, there's like the nose I know slants upward, and the mouth is also a little bit asymmetric. So that's what makes him makes him a true character, is that he's not perfect in any way. But so that app stuff ended up sort of dwindling down as the app costs were costing more than the money that we were making.
Yeah.
So yeah, we closed that down, and then nothing happened with Green Guy for years until I started streaming. And then I was like, what could I do? At the time, we had made this big guy, and I threw him in the background of my stream, and then decided to just call it Green Guy Music. So yeah.
So your channel used to be called something else? I wonder what it was called before. Interesting.
I wonder what it was called too. No, I think it was I think it was just Green Guy. I guess.
Oh, just
what
Green
I was
Guy,
using
like by
as,
itself.
yeah, well, because that's what I was using him as my gamer side of things, but I didn't think to throw him up there. So I think that was still my name, because that's what people call me when I play Fortnite. And then I just transitioned my Twitch account to being from a viewing account to a streaming account. So.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, what is Legacy? I would love to have seen that. Do you have any videos of that in action? That sounds really. It would have been really interesting to see that moving and talking and things like that.
Yeah,
Jumping.
he was never animated. He was always just a static character. But he would just like actually like my emote to one of the games was this. What was it called? I can't remember. But the green guy would just spin, and then you would like tap the screen, and he would end up shooting whichever way his head was facing up at the time. So you would like try and just time it to get around the map and avoid obstacles. And like that.
Wow, that's interesting to me. Okay, so it's kind of like it's an omnipresent character.
Fun high school hobby.
Yeah, 100%. That's really cool. There you go. There's Green Guy in action in a way, right? It's spinning, rolling in circles. Yeah, Jade, welcome in. How you doing?
Jade, what's going on? Hello, welcome
Jade.
in.
All of our late night peeps are coming in. They're coming through. This is great. Jade, welcome in. Exclamation! Jamie, would you be good to give Jade a shout out too? But yeah, Green Guy, that's really great. Do you just kind of use green in your motif for everything? Is your car green? Are your shirts green? Like, do you carry that over to other things?
Really nothing else at all. This is like very isolated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, it's this, and then right now, I think these colors are rotating. Yeah, they are.
Okay.
When you ask that question, these happen to be green lights, but no, this is really the only green part of my life. It's not even my favorite color, actually. I like blue, but somehow I ended up doing green here on stream, so that's what I roll with.
Could you imagine that? Be like if a guy who likes sandwiches said his favorite food was pizza. Who could imagine that? But no, I'm just kidding. Let's see. So yeah, I figured I may as well join in the party on the green thing. So let's make it all green tonight, everybody. Everybody if you have green lights, turn them on. Let's just do a full green vibe throughout the country, everybody. It'd be really fun. Daz, welcome in. How are you doing? Hello. Nice to see you. The only thing I had to come to tweet. Yeah, right on. Jade says I'm in the middle of like making dinner. I'm lurking, want to stop by. Right on, right on. LG, look who's here! Our
There he
friend
is.
LG, what's going on? Pump it up.
And Des is here too. What's going on, guys?
Yeah,
Hello,
so
hello.
good. Oh man, your peeps are coming through tonight, Green Guy. Now, how? What was when you started streaming? I'm sure that you. What were those first few days like? Because if you're not like a known quantity, like something from that people already know from TV, the following had to have been like how what was it like? Was it pretty? Was it more lonely than it used back then than it is now? The way things
For,
started.
for sure, yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's interesting. It sort of had a different feel to it. So at the
Mhm.
time, I didn't have a Twitch community. There wasn't anything more than just me having this computer and me deciding to sort of practice with a camera in front of me. So
Mhm.
I guess my goals. What are my goals on Twitch? I don't even know, but they aren't. I don't think what they used to. Because my goal used to just be like, let me just play, and I didn't really have a goal then either. But my new non-existent goal is different than my old non-existent goal, I guess.
It's very cool, but it's great. I mean, when did you start feeling like, hey, this is like a thing? People are starting to find, this is starting to catch on. I'm really, and I'm hoping that continues because I really think that I've yet to be on your stream and go, man, that didn't make me move. It always makes me move. It's a really fun time, but
Yeah, I'm still. If you ever find that moment for me, let me know. But it's still. I don't know. Every stream, I don't feel like I'm at any point, and I feel like that's just sort of how Twitch feels, and
oh, I
that just
see.
pushes everybody to continue to grow.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean, there's still streams in which I'm really things are just really quiet in chat, and I have those days. Have other days where things are social and
Hmm.
people are chatting a lot. So yeah, I think it's just Twitch is a never-ending cycle. But at the end of the day, like I'm not in it to try and get more views. I'm not in it to become popular. I'm just in it to keep hanging out here, doing my music. If people want to hang out with me, it makes it more fun. But at the end of the day, as long as you guys are having fun with me, it doesn't matter how many people are watching.
Well, we definitely are, and that's a great attitude. I mean, that's a huge thing. Yeah, the thing, and first of all, LG, so good to have you. He's our great friend from the Sandwich Show, and he's a awesome guitar streamer on Twitch. So go follow him as well of the LG Music. And he says in the chat, yeah, Jeffrey gets belty. It's fun. Yeah, I'm impressed. I love how you throw everything into every song. And I mean, sometimes I wonder if like the moment of knowing you're on online and knowing you're on stream in front of people, does that bring it out of you? Like, would you do that in public?
It is the absolute complete opposite. I'm actually I'm actually surprised that I don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
There's something to this facade, the fact that there aren't eyes watching me and it's just a camera lens. I find it so much easier to do this here than it is in real life. I'm usually a very nervous performer. I really
Oh.
don't like performing in public.
Hmm.
I really don't perform in public, but being here, I really just don't mind, and
Okay.
it's like just so crazy how it can feel so different. And I don't know if that's true amongst most Twitch streamers, but for me, it's just like the comfort of my home is so much easier than being out and about.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm really glad you found a comfort zone there. That's really cool. Yeah, you can really bring it out of you, um, and I think what I'm seeing is that everybody seems to have this feel that like your positivity definitely seems to be. I do see it starting to, like the chat seems to be feeling that too, and I think that's really great. Um, LG says, I mean, eyes are watching, you just can't see them, which is, yeah, it's very accurate. Like, it's not the same effect for everybody. Like, I think other people kind of love being. There's some other people who love being in front of people, and it drives them, but they're more nervous when they're in front of a computer, knowing that there are people. It's weird, right? It's not the same for everyone. That is so
Yeah, it's
interesting.
really it's pretty unique, and I think just people who, I guess, no, in college a cappella, I did a lot of performing, but I never really wanted to do a solo, and I pushed myself to do, I think, two of them with my group, but I didn't enjoy it. Like I forced myself to do it. The day of the solo, I walked up the stage. I really didn't want to be there, but I did it
Yeah.
just to prove myself, and then afterwards, I walked away, and I was like, okay, I'm glad I did it, but I didn't enjoy it. And so I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised. Like
Yeah.
my first streams were very much a test. They were going to be either sink or swim,
Hmm.
and it wasn't sink or swim based on success. It was sink or swim based on like whether I was comfortable and enjoying what I was doing here
Yeah.
in front of a camera. So
Okay.
sort of surprised, but somehow I'm still here, guys. Excited to be here.
We're glad for it though. It's such a bop. Folks have been noticing my shirt. You got the Where's Waldo shirt, and not just the shirt, folks. Not just the shirt, but also the pants. I got the pants too. Yeah. Jamie says, "Are you gonna wear the Where's Waldo the Bubs thing?" Probably not because I have to do the. But I am thinking of wearing it to the to like Friday or Saturday. So that's what I was thinking. I should. I mean, I could.
Cosplay.
Well,
You should do a cosplay, or you should do maybe like Halloween theme stream. Where's Davey? Theme?
well, it's funny. We did do a Halloween karaoke the other over the weekend last week, so it was really fun. I feel like we need to do more Halloween streams. You're right. I feel like we should do additional Halloween content for the month. It's just such a fun time for it. Yeah, do it. Okay. Should I just wear it the whole weekend then? Just wear the Where's Waldo thing more. Oh my gosh. Be
Same clothes
ridiculous.
every single day. By the end, everyone's gonna be holding their noses around you.
I know. Well, people find me though. That's the good news, I guess. When we
No trouble finding you in the large crowd at that
yeah,
point. Day 4.
maybe that. Oh, that'd be hysterical. But yeah, really good. So, how did you meet folks like LG, for example? You know, and folks like Dez and folks like Jade and people like that. Like, I've always wondered, like, how you both ran into each other.
You know, everybody's a little different. So Dez definitely just came into my stream one day. I think he just stumbled upon things. So I've now been a longtime friend of Dez on Twitch for a while. He was actually one of my first regular viewers, and now I see him all over Twitch. I swear I find random days when I'm on random streams I've never seen, never heard of, and then I'm always pleasantly surprised that Dez is there. So it's a cool person to have in my community. LG, maybe he can tell us in chat. But maybe it was through one of the early raid trains that we did. Maybe we debriefed or something after that. There's a lot of commentary around that, just like figuring out logistics and all that. So oh yeah, LG, there we go. We just talked about this. It was through Justin Ferry. So let me backtrack as to how we met. So we actually met through Justin Ferry, another streamer. And shout out to Justin Ferry if anybody's able to do that. I think there's an underscore. But but yeah, so Justin is a top-notch streamer. He actually had a little baby, so he hasn't streamed in a little while. He's on a hiatus from streaming right now, but hopefully he'll get back. But yeah, I remember seeing LG in chat and thinking like, LG Music, like is he like a rep for the TV company? Like I thought, I just assumed it was part of like LG, the company, but apparently not. Apparently he has no conflicts of interest.
I was thinking, you know, I felt very similar. It does when you see the letters LG, you do think of the TV. You think of the, the phones.
Yeah, LG, maybe for Halloween you should be like, change your Twitch name to the LG refrigerator and just see what happens.
Yeah, I love it. We're here with the GreenGuyMusic. Jeffrey is his name in real life, and he's out of Chicago. And it's really cool to hang out with him. We've talked about how he specializes in looping and piano, and we got into, you know, his training and things like that. What are some of the other instruments you play? I mean, I see one of them. I mean, do you play any other particular instruments?
So I definitely play piano. I have my, whatever you call this thing. Some people, I think it's usually called a harmonica. No, not a harmonica. Oh, what do you call this thing? Pianica is the other thing that I've heard it be called, or a melodica. There's the word, a melodica. And I absolutely hate this thing. I got this as a gift. Yeah, I got this as a gift, and it was never around for my streams. And one day I thought like, oh, I have that thing laying around somewhere. So I ran and grabbed it, and I just messed around with it on stream. And I was like, man, it just makes a high pitched whiny noise. So I ended up having it be a redeem so that nobody would like I wouldn't have to use it often, and then I slowly raised the number of points. So now I think it's like I forget where I ended up. I think it might be 50,000 points to use this thing, just because I don't like the sound it makes.
50,000 points. Yeah, that's what LG says. It sounds like that's right. Wow.
It was a big mistake bringing this thing on stream,
No.
but this is unfortunately one of the instruments I can partially play.
I know the feeling. Once you start, you can't stop. It's like It's like in Pandora's box, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but aside from that, I mean, my piano background, and then that's really about it. Yeah, I don't know any guitar.
Yeah.
Actually, I know 3 chords on guitar, but I can't do anything more. And they don't even play any songs that I know, so it's rough.
Oh, I gotcha. No, it's all good, all good. And Sarah says, "Oh, that's how I feel about my gifted." See, everybody, a gifted automaton. Everybody's got one of these. Like everybody's got that thing. Like, no, I don't want to do it.
See, that's the thing. I also have an automaton, but after this melodica, I learned don't bring that on stream because it might give people ideas. So I leave that one completely off stream.
Good call. Good call. It will absolutely. Is there an instrument that you would like to add to your repertoire eventually? Like, is there one that you dream of being, of implementing into your stream? Does that come about?
Yeah, I really have no plans.
Okay.
So I guess the only thing that I've sort of thought about are little like I Google things like children's toys, children's noisemakers. So on stream, if you guys have tuned in before, most of you guys know I have a command in chat where I just use my shaker. So like I beatbox my shaker into what I'm doing. So I always, and so I just have that going for my songs. And I see, I think it's interesting. A lot of people have physical shakers. We'll just keep this shaking along, but a lot of people have physical shakers that they use. And I don't know. I've thought about the idea of incorporating a real shaker, but as of right now, my virtual shaker seems to be working fine. So until it's broken, until that little thing breaks that I hold, I don't think I'm going to move over to that. But realistically, though, I think guitar is something that I wish I had the ability. I don't have any plans to learn it now, but in theory, in an ideal world, I would work on some guitar.
That's cool. I mean, it's not I know that learning a completely new instrument is very, very challenging. There's no doubt. So I hear you on that all the way. But that's cool. I'm glad you have aspirations. That's really nice. I do need to talk to the chat for a second. I'm sorry about us turning off I know we turned off the redeem for the Bean Boozled redeem. The reason is because the shipment for the new Bean Boozled beans is late. It was supposed to arrive today, so I'm sorry, everybody. We have to turn it off for the rest of the week, so they will come. I owe everybody 7 beans. I have to eat 7 beans. When I do get them, I have to get 7 beans and take them on stream at once, and then we'll re-enable the Bean Boozled redeem. So sorry about that, everybody. Yeah. We just too much hype on Saturday. We ran out of beans. I know 7 is not going to be fun. It'll be fun for you guys, but it'll be fun for me so much. Yeah. So, Jeffrey, this has been great. Let's go ahead and are you ready? Do you feel hungry enough and ready enough for a sandwich?
I can definitely do a sandwich. I have a unique setup for my sandwich, though.
Oh, okay, right on. So let me go ahead and bring everybody in. We'll introduce the segment, folks. Once again, let us say hello to our staple of the sandwich show, and it is what we call the. Oh, okay. Let me start that again. Let's pretend you didn't hear that. Okay, here we go. And it's called the. Okay, this is quite a day. Let's go to. There we go. Now we got it. I'm sorry, everybody. Sandwich of the week after many false starts. But let's go over to Green Guy Music. Jeffrey is here with his sandwich of the week, and it looks like it's going to be a great one. Let's take a look. Is Jeffrey muted? Yeah, Jeffrey's muted. Let me go unmute him.
I was muted. Okay. There we go. No, that was all me.
Oh, right.
And I'm glad I was muted because that bag was really loud. So this, you guys can see my special setup of putting a garbage bag over my piano because I don't want to get it all greasy because this is going to be a greasy one.
Oh, yeah.
But coming from Chicago, I was actually deciding between two things. So what I didn't go with, I didn't want to, well, I'm going to stir up controversy regardless, but I didn't go with an Italian beef, which was my second choice. Italian beef being sort of a classic Chicago
Hmm.
dish that I was reading up on it today. It was sort of something that started around the 1900s, and it's similar to a French dip, but more like Italian seasoning.
Ah.
And so I decided not to do that and decided to
Ah.
go with the greasier option.
Oh.
So this is I decided to go more famous and well known. So I decided to go with the Chicago dog.
Ah. They're both pretty well known, though. You know, they're both iconic. But that's great. Whoa! Holy moly! They're not usually that big. Whoa! What happened? Oh my goodness! Do you have fries in there too? I think Jeffrey's muted again. Whoops. Let me. Jeffrey muted himself for. I think that was accidental, but. Oh, yeah, Jeffrey's muted on Zoom, so we gotta. Yeah, can you unmute yourself, Jeffrey?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah,
Now
no
my
worries.
mouse is busy. Um, but yeah, so this is from a place in the western suburbs of Chicago, Gene and Jude's. It's like known as one of the best hot dogs. It was a little trek for me today, but I decided to go for it. So a Chicago dog doesn't typically have fries on it, but this
Oh, okay.
place just like packages it all up. So um,
They're just not paying attention to where they put everything. Just throw it all on top of one another. It looks amazing, though. I gotta tell you, that looks.
I'm sure it looked better when it was a little fresher, but it's been sitting in this bag now for an hour and a half.
But you know what's funny? You have a Chicago hot dog, so you know what's gonna happen with the chat. They're gonna operate on the premise that the hot dog's a sandwich. Oh wow! Here we go. For this one time, and I'm only doing it because it's Jeffrey, we will allow the exception. Because Chicago dogs are great. I will absolutely we will accept this as part of the canon of sandwich of the week. But anyway, continue.
And
You
so
really-
the big thing about Chicago dogs is that they have like certain ingredients. So it's a normal hot dog, but usually has sport peppers, which are here.
Yes.
Sorry, and you guys can't see it that well here. I can move it over.
Okay.
But really, it's so greasy. I don't want to get it all over my setup. So
Yeah.
I'm literally using a garbage bag. It's a clean garbage bag. Don't worry about using a garbage bag. And so I have there's onions in here. There's relish. There is mustard. But the big thing about Chicago dogs is that there's no ketchup. That's like the big thing.
I love that. By the way, I'm all about that. I'm not a ketchup guy for hot dogs. Like I'm not a ketchup guy.
Oh, yeah, and that's the problem with Chicago dogs is that they don't have ketchup. So
Oh, you put
of course,
What
I
have
don't believe in
done?
Chicago
I'm so sorry.
dogs.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry.
I don't believe in Chicago hot dogs. I believe in putting whatever you want on a hot dog. So I went ahead and put my own ketchup on the hot dog, and it is now way better than a Chicago dog.
Oh, I respect that highly. I apologize. I'm like rolling into that idea and like, hey, we don't need ketchup, and you're like, yeah, let's put some ketchup.
To each his own. To each his own. If you don't
Absolutely,
like it,
I completely with that.
you.
To
Yeah.
each his own, and I'm glad that and absolutely it makes sense on that dog because it's got look at all the things that are. You have relish, you have sport peppers. I don't remember if there are tomatoes. I don't believe there are tomatoes, but you have onions.
I've definitely had some places with tomatoes,
Yeah,
but this place does not. I don't see them at least.
I think that's fantastic. Like, so I endorse your ketchup on this particular hot dog because you know what? There's another dog we have in LA. It's called the street dog. What they do out here, it's a bacon wrapped hot dog, and they put mayonnaise and ketchup and maybe mustard too, I think. Yeah, and then they have grilled bell peppers and grilled onions and the hot dog. So clearly there's no specific boundary for when you use ketchup and when you don't use ketchup. It just depends on what kind of hot dog it is. So for Chicago, I think you're good with it. A New York dog, probably I wouldn't. I would go like sauerkraut and mustard, and we'd be good. And
Yeah, the thing about this is that the place that I got it from, they actually don't have ketchup at the place. And there's a
Ah.
McDonald's, this place, Gene and Jude's, there's a McDonald's right next door,
Uh-huh.
and McDonald's charges for their ketchup because people used to go over to
Oh,
McDonald's and get ketchup from them. so,
wow.
so now if you go over there, you have to buy your ketchup.
Gosh, people are hardcore over there in Chicago. That's crazy. It's like, we refuse to serve ketchup here. And then McDonald's is like, we refuse to let you get it for free. You have
They're
to
like,
pay.
perfect, new profits.
Yeah, it is a smart McDonald's. I agree, LG.
Yeah,
I'm
smart
with you.
McDonald's, that's for sure.
Yeah. Steven says street dogs are amazing. Sometimes they're a salsa, right? Like, and again, salsa's another one where I think you can roll with it. I'm with you on that, Steven. That's pretty cool. And then LG says there's a place here that sells a Windy City dog, aka Chicago. It's good, but I feel like it's not as legit. And I think Jeffrey, you'd have a better reading on that than I would.
Well, speaking of hot dogs that are not legit, I just threw ketchup on my Chicago dog, so I don't know that I'm the right judge for that.
You are good. You are good. You are good. So let me show you what I got tonight.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
All right. So very excited to make the sandwich because the bread I bought at the store from the local grocery store is really good. So I'm like, let me put something good on this. I've done it. Chicken salad, folks. Chicken salad sandwich I got the chicken salad from the grocery store deli. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. That looks fresh. So there you go.
I love chicken salad. I'll say I order it like I would say way more than the average person.
Mm-hmm.
I just especially when there's I like sweeter chicken salads, I think. So when there's like grapes in there and nice hearty bread, and I love a good chicken salad sandwich. Big fan.
When I got it, like the moment I stepped out the door, I was thinking exactly the same thing. Like, this is Jeffrey's jam. I'm like, oh my goodness, I totally got it. I nailed this. Like this, I was so happy. I'm like, this is Jeffrey's like favorite sandwich. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I got some chicken salad. So that really worked. Yeah, and thank you. Yeah, I agree with the bread. This is great bread. Like, this bread is really good. Like, let me show you again. This is really, really good bread. It's like wheat bread of some sort, but yeah, this bread it is very, very good, you all. Like, I had some toast with it. So there was no way I was going to go this segment without using that bread for the sandwich. It was really good.
Looks great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could zoom in on mine, but I usually route my stream into OBS, but because of this I tried getting it through OBS to this, but I can't, so I don't have any ability to zoom in or anything like that. So apologies that I can't give you more details.
Right. I mean, we can see it pretty good from here though. Jamie says I only eat chicken salad from Bagel World because they use minimal mayo. I'm with that too, because too much mayo can be a problem as well. I love mayo, but you definitely gotta have like limits, I think, because if it's too much mayo, it's kind of gross. But the right amount, it's pretty awesome.
Big fan, and don't mind me. I think it's always an interesting. I always like in TVs and movies when people talk about like, what do I do with my hands for a photo? And right now I feel like I'm just sitting here awkwardly with my greasy fingers trying not to touch anything. I'm just sitting here. I think as I'm looking up at myself, I have claws here. I'm just sitting here making sure I don't touch my mic or my shirt or anything because my fingers are super greasy.
I love it. And I'm so glad you picked a very Chicagoan choice. Like, I think the Chicago dog and the Italian beef are both great. They're perfect. They're just quintessential Chicago foods. Like, I think Chicago seems to just pride itself on grease. Like, Chicago deep dish pizza. You've got the Chicago dog. You've got the Italian beef. Like, I mean, they lean into it. I'm here for it. It's really great.
Yeah, I like deep dish a lot. I'm not very controversial though, and I don't think it's necessarily better or worse than like New York pizza or any other pizza. I think they're very different dishes, and I don't know. I feel like people like to get into arguments about it, but I'm not a super argumentative person. So people will be like, "Oh, you like deep dish?" Like, "Oh, I don't like that," and I'll be like, "All right, good, good, I do." Enjoy.
Well,
agree to disagree.
I think you have a good. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's a pretty smart move, I guess, in some ways, but there's nothing wrong. I mean, I think it's good to be diplomatic in that scenario. I just consider them different things. If you consider deep dish pizza its own category, then I think it's a lot easier to compartmentalize. Like, yeah, I don't think of it as like a traditional pizza. It's its own deal, and as its own deal, I think I like it. So I think it's completely fair, Jeffrey. Yeah.
And I'm really impressed you spelled got my name spelling right. I feel like a lot of people spell it the other way, the ERY instead of the REY. But that's definitely.
Oh, well, thank you. I was checking your front page, your page, just to make sure. I always make sure of that.
I feel like whenever I'm doing email things, I just to make sure I don't mess it up, I'll just copy and paste how somebody else signs their email in order to address them the next time. It's like a foolproof way to not mess anything up.
Oh yeah. Now Steven says I love Detroit pizza, which is kind of in the same neighborhood, but it's different, right? Isn't there like sauce on top? I don't think I've ever really tried one. Have you tried Detroit pizza?
I think I did when I was in Detroit, but I can't really remember. I've only been in Detroit once, and that was probably 5 or 6 years ago. And I feel like we went to one of those. It was really thin crust. I don't think it was actually Detroit style
Mm.
pizza, so I actually can't remember what Detroit style pizza is, but I'm sure it's good. Might not be Chicago pizza, might not be New York pizza, but I'm sure it's still good pizza. Is thin crust and it's square. I don't know. Oh, LG is like that square pizza. Yeah. I don't know. Um, I don't know, but I'm sure it would be delicious, just like the rest of the types of pizzas.
Yeah. Well, it's cool that Detroit has its own style. I think that's really cool. Like, um, no, Jamie's in our chat. Like, Jamie, you're in, I know you're in Boston. Does Boston have a specific style of pizza? I think there is a Boston style pizza too, which I think, I know it's thin, but I think the difference is like theirs would be like have less of a crust on the edges, but I'm not sure. Ilios, nice. Um, LG says I've googled it. I have eaten it. Nice, because it's a little bit like Sparrow.
I do love a good Sbarro, not gonna lie.
That's not anybody's pizza. That's just gross. Sicilian is a square, I think. Yeah, because like in Brooklyn they have Sicilian, which is thicker. It's like a thicker square pizza. Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna get this out of here.
Right on. We're also engrossed in our food. It's really good stuff. It's good stuff. Like this food, this sandwich is definitely worth doing it for me. This is a good one. We're counting down to San Diego this weekend for TwitchCon. But there's one thing I would say about San Diego that's kind of unusual. There's really no specific sandwich that really sticks out over there. Whereas other cities, you have like really great, like it's really great sandwich that really is like a signature of the city. Um,
As I stepped away. Oh, sorry, my headphones aren't in. I hope I wasn't interrupting a mid sentence. But as I stepped away, I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I just walked away saying I was going to wipe up and just never came back?
oh, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. It'd be like an hour just talking. Like, oh yeah, where did Green Guy go? Like,
They would be pissed.
yeah, it's funny. San Diego is such a high bar when it comes to Mexican food, and LG's nailing it here. Really good tacos, better Mexican food. You know, I gotta say, I think it's true. I think it's true because it's just there's the depth of like great Mexican food in San Diego is just amazing. Like, so that's why if someone's gonna ask me what is your favorite sandwich in San Diego, I'm like I'm not sure if I have one. Like I think the two I would recommend would be not quite sandwiches. Like I think I'd go any sandwich from Phil's Barbecue because their barbecue sandwiches are great, and then I'd go Hodad's, which is a burger. That's a burger shop, and Hodad's are awesome. But like regular sandwiches, I can't think of one. I think tacos. I think enchiladas. I think I think carne asada fries, carne asada burrito. I'm sorry, California burrito. But see, I have been to Cuatro's Milpas. That is like OG. That's OG legit Mexican food. Yeah, and it's cheap too. Steven, I love it. It's a great call. Steven says, while in San Diego, definitely try to go to Cuatro's Milpas, rustic mountain Mexican food. That is hardcore Mexican food. I completely recommend Cuatro's Milpas. I've been. There's a little bit of a line. It's totally worth it though. So if you're going to TwitchCon, I think that's a good spot if you have time.
Yeah, I've only been to San Diego once, just a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I get when I was there? I got a California burrito, It was solid.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the California burrito has the French fries in the burrito. It's an unusual choice, but
I guess
it
sort of like my hot dog tonight.
yeah, and it's got guac. See, I think that you're preach. I think what you're ultimately doing is you're teaching us how to be teaching us about inclusion and open mindedness with food, and I think that's important. I think
Being able to cross all borders through food. I was essentially eating a California dog, if you will.
I love it. That's great. LG says, just a fun fact about San Diego. The original restaurant that was the first Taco Bell's there. It's just called something else now. Now that I need to see. That sounds great. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like Rubio's. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rubio's is a solid like fast food option. Steamin'. And Bronx Pizza, I've never been. I keep thinking about going to Bronx Pizza. It's by I think it's by one of the colleges over there. I keep thinking I'm gonna go and I never go. But I've heard it's good pizza. So that's something I'll investigate one of these days. Bronx Pizza in San Diego. So LG says, there's a documentary on Netflix called Taco Chronicles. That's where I learned. Sweet. Alistair UK, formerly Hyper UK. Hyper/Alistair, welcome in. Pump it up. Can we give Alistair a shout out too? Yep. Good to see you. I love this crowd tonight. We're seeing all of our late night peeps coming in. This is really cool. So, yeah, hot dogs are awesome. Let me think. Let me see. Jeffrey, before we get into bagel rankings and things, what is your favorite sandwich?
That's a really good question.
Is it the chicken salad? Because it could be chicken salad, right? Like, I know you mentioned that.
Yeah, that might be up there. Ooh. You caught me off guard on the sandwich show, asking about my favorite sandwich. I can't believe you're throwing this curveball at me on the sandwich show, asking about sandwiches. Yeah, that's probably chicken salad's good. Honestly, though, was it Jade who was on here and was eating a bagel and lox? I think that might be, and I think that's what we were talking about and why we chose to do bagel rankings, because I do love bagels, and a bagel and lox might be my favorite sandwich. I think, yeah, if I remember right, I think that's how we ended up coming to that conclusion as to that's what ranking we would do here, but I'm not positive.
You've crafted an amazing segue here, Jeffrey. I love it. That's great. Nothing like lox and cream cheese on a bagel, making that a sandwich, and if it's like crispy on the so good. That's a great. Yeah, I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like anything's good on a bagel.
Mm-hmm. Steve in Cleveland, can't forget about bagel dogs. Absolutely right. Come to Massachusetts, we have Bagel World. Holy cow, a whole world of bagels. I'm in.
I feel like I live in a bagel world already. I don't need to go to a place to do that.
Yeah, the everything from like the Mississippi eastward, I feel like is great with bagels. Like water is good, bagels are good, tradition is good. I'm totally there. If I'm around Massachusetts, I'll definitely stock. I mean, I'm stock. I mean, it's not stock, but scout Bagel World. It's a whole world of bagel. LG, everything bagel is the thing. I love that you tried it. That's really cool. I had my first everything bagel last week. I get all the hype now. Yeah, I feel like it's almost 100% of the time what I get, but I do like other flavors. So why don't we take a moment? Or take a few moments and rank some bagels, everybody. And everyone in chat, I'd love to have your participation as well. So, Jeffrey, let's do the thing. You ready to rank some bagels?
I'm ready to do the thing.
Doing the thing. So, when you get your lox and bagel sandwiches, what type of bagel do you normally use for that type of sandwich?
Yeah, it's a good question. Some of it depends on what my plans afterwards on. So, what my plans afterwards are. So if I am going to be around anybody, I'll usually just go for like a sesame bagel, sesame seed bagel.
That's smart.
But if I am not going in public after, then I'll go for usually an everything or an onion bagel. But I feel like I end up smelling like it after I eat those. So, yeah, I try and avoid those. If I feel like I need to, I'll avoid those. I'll just go with that.
That is smart. Yeah, it's good that it's nice of you to be considerate of other people around you for select these choices of flavors.
One of the most important parts of eating a bagel.
Oh yeah. So here we go. This is our tier list of bagel flavors. They're properly labeled, so you can even see the labels on the screen, so it'll be easier for us to identify which is which. So these are the categories. Your S tier is labeled the best, Jerry, the best. And the lowest, the F tier is labeled hate the Drake. And then there also haven't tried it, because there might be some that we haven't tried. So let's begin. We will start with the Asiago cheese bagel. The cheese bagel's a little gimmicky to me, but but it's not bad. Like, what do you think of it?
So I think I'm rather unique in that I'm not a big cheese person. So I think I differ in opinion on this one compared to most. Um, but it's overall, it's not super, the flavor is usually not super strong. So I feel like it's pretty universal as long as you're going with something savory. Um, so I don't know. You tell me. I mean, I can give my suggestion. I think my ranking is very different from what I think the average ranking or maybe your ranking might be.
Well, I think for me, I don't want too much on a bagel. I don't want it to be too distracting. And when you have like Asiago cheese buns for sandwiches, they do get really distracting. It's like you're barely tasting anything else. So I'm actually going to make it like a C. I wouldn't do higher than a C. Where would you put it?
Well, for me, it's probably my least favorite. I'd go hate the Drake, but I think C.
Ooh.
I think C is appropriate for the average person who's not me. I
All right.
just,
So
yeah, the flavor that you're saying, I know and I can taste that flavor, and I really don't like that flavor. So to me, it just pushes it completely to the bottom.
I'm just the idea that it dominates the flavor palette. It's just not for me. So I lean more in your direction than towards the A direction. So yeah, and Jamie says the cheese always flakes off, which is true. That it really does. So appropriate bagel all depends on the filling. That is true, but with cheese, it it really does take center stage, no matter what's in there. It's funny. So I'm probably gonna put a D.
I think that sounds good, and we're not going to get too many low rankings. I don't think because bagels are so good.
Yeah, yeah. Although banana bagels are going to be an interesting decision. I'm not sure. I've never had it. What do you think?
Yeah, I never had it. It's an
Okay.
easy answer for me.
There's easy one for us. There you go. So we have blueberry bagel. Hmm.
Yeah, blueberry's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's almost the opposite of the Asiago cheese. I feel like it's pretty subtle, and that almost like when you're going for something sweet in the morning, I almost feel like there's not enough there to make it different than a plain bagel. So it's not bad in any way. I don't dislike it when I get it, but I feel like it's just rather plain and can't go with the savory side as well. I don't know if you've had similar experiences with your blueberry bagels.
Yeah, I mean, when you get them like store bought from a made in a factory somewhere, they're fine. But I could take it or leave it. So I probably would put C, maybe a B. I think the chat would probably have to elevate it to B. But C.
I like the C. I like the
good.
C.
I like the C too. Seaman
Nice.
says roast beef and Asiago bagel sandwich. Oh my god. Well, look, I do think that would be pretty good, but I think it'd be even better with that everything bagel. Be good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. But I dig it. I dig it. Okay, so chocolate chip bagel. Same idea. I feel like I don't think it really goes with anything. Like the regular cream cheese by itself, it's like, it's okay. What do you think?
Here's the awkward part because chocolate chip bagel is one of my favorites.
Oh, really? Oops.
No, there's no whoops. You can say it's disgusting. I don't care. Say it's hate the Drake if you want. But yeah, I don't know. I grew up eating chocolate chip bagels like most of my days in lunch. So to me, it's a food that I just remember growing up. So I absolutely love them. But not to say, they're also not universal. So I'm happy to. If you were saying it's similar to the blueberry, then I'd be happy to be that extra voice to bring it to a B. But whatever works for me.
Nostalgic points are valid. I think Siemens right on that. I think nostalgic points are very valid. So, but I definitely think I would not have leaned, like I wouldn't have put D. I think it's good. Because my issue is just that it's not very versatile. Like you cannot have it with two, but technically speaking, anything salty is going to limit you too. So it's not necessarily a reason to dock it. So I think B would be good. I think you could even do A. I think it depends on where I got it from. If I got it from the East Coast and I got like that kind of bagel with chocolate chip, that would be very A quality. So
I agree. It's not very versatile. You can't put most things on it. It's
mhm.
like pretty much just with plain cream cheese, and otherwise you can't really do too much more.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but that is so delicious.
I have to try another one, and I haven't had one in a bit though, for what it's worth. So I should go back and try another one, like from a really good bagel. I should go to Bagel World and join Jamie and have one of the chocolate chip bagels over there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I Panera. That's usually actually my go-to. It's just
Cool.
I usually go to Panera for like, I've done it for like morning meetings, things like that, and it's just something that it's like simple. It's not going to make a mess. It's not gonna smell afterwards, which, as you're finding out, I care a lot about. And as I as I like put my garbage bag down, I just don't like to make a mess. I don't like to smell things up. So chocolate chip bagels for me are great.
Respect, Jeffrey. Now, LG says blueberry bagel with blueberry cream cheese is my favorite. Although I live in the land of green chili, there is a green chili bagel here and green chili cream cheese.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
That green chili cream cheese sounds fantastic. I don't really know what to make of a bagel with it, but the cream cheese sounds great. I would be all over that.
Yeah, maybe the combo would be a bit much, but I feel like if you had, well, I don't know what else you could put on that bagel, but I guess if you put the cream cheese on other things, it would be good.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of cream cheese you'd use otherwise, though.
Yeah, I mean, that cream. Yeah, it would be good on a bagel. Yeah, the cream cheese. Yeah. Jamie says chocolate chip is gross. Yeah, I'd be interested in other people's comments on that too, because I'm kind of curious where everybody else is on it.
Jamie, you're gross.
No. Oh my God, that's funny.
As I said, I don't like controversy.
Let's see. Now Steven says blueberry bagel with fruit cream cheese is great. Nice. Okay. If you like desserts.
Only messing around, Jamie. You're not gross, I swear.
That's funny. Now, cinnamon raisin bagel. Now, look, I think we have to agree. That's not going to be on the same level of blueberry at all. That's got to be a D. I don't know. What do you think?
To me, it's not too much dissimilar to blueberry. But if you aren't as big of a fan, I'm fine bringing it down a little bit more. That sounds fine to me. I'm not too opinionated on that one.
I would say it's in the neighborhood, right? So maybe C would be okay.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like this is one of the most variations. So I feel like if you get it from a grocery store, it tastes like a gross version of a plain bagel. But if you get it from like a good bagel place, it can actually be like a really good bagel. So I think it just depends on your experience.
That's a really good point. Because I've only had the gross, like store-bought version. It's a good point.
Yeah, those are no good.
Yeah, right. You're right.
We're talking about that. Let's drop that thing down.
No. I think on the qualification that if you get it from a really good place, it can be really good. Let's put it into C. Let's do it.
I think that sounds decent.
Now we're getting into the good stuff here, folks. So egg bagel. Now egg bread is often very, very fascinating to me. What do you think?
Yeah, so I actually really like egg bagels. That's actually my other. If I'm like that's really going to be my go-to if I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, if I have a something going on where I don't want to smell after, I feel bad. This whole stream is just the whole bagel section is talking about whether or not I smell after I eat it. But if I'm going for like the most sort of neutral, I actually like an egg bagel way more than a plain bagel. I think that has like a little bit heartier flavor. I like the texture a little bit more. It's probably some placebo effect, and it really doesn't taste any different. It's just a little yellow, but I like it a lot more.
Yeah, and the texture density is very, very unique. I do like it a lot. I think I feel like it's a really good bagel. Nice. How high are we going? We going Jerry the best, or we're going A?
I say A. I feel like that for that best, I feel like we might end up just. I don't think I need to see all the options before I throw one up there. So I feel like maybe we'll bump one of them up from your top.
A solid. Maybe. I'm gonna go with A. Okay, so we have our first A ranking of the night, and now we go the one and only, the everything bagel. Here it is. Oh, that looks so good. What do you think?
That's easy for me. It's an A. Like if I have an option, I'm going for it. If there's no other
For
if there's no other
me,
reason, if you know what I'm saying.
oh, in other words, if smell was not a factor, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
If I don't want to smell the rest of the day like garlic and onion, then I'll go for it, no question. So
Well,
I'm all for it.
for me, it's at least A.
Solid.
We're going Jerry. We're going Jerry. It's
That
the
sounds great.
it's my favorite. I guess I mentioned it earlier. I pick it almost 100% of the time. It's so good. It's so good. Now Jamie on the as far as the chocolate chip bagel, it's like chocolate chip bread. Do you eat chocolate chip bread? No, I don't. I don't. That's a good question.
Yeah, but I also don't put cream cheese on bread because I don't think that's a good option.
Oh,
So I feel like
that's true.
I don't know. I feel like if I had chocolate chip bread and I put cream cheese on it, I think it would be pretty good.
that's a good argument. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's go over to garlic bagel. Now, this is like in the same. It's really almost in the same block with everything and egg, right? Like these. This is a really good choice. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I just think it's really solid. I don't have again, it's like sort of polarizing, so you'll definitely smell it for a while, but yeah, I would put it B or A probably. I mean, it's good, it's solid, pretty versatile for anything savory. Let's do it.
I like A too. Yeah, A is solid. I could make the argument for Jerry, but I'm gonna let the chat elevate that. Otherwise, A is pretty good. I like A. I like it at A. Very. Oh yes, yes, Steven, you're right. Very good for sandwiches. Garlic bagel. I tell you what though, egg is also really good for sandwiches because it's really sturdy, and you need that because bagels. All the sandwich ingredients can get soggy after a while. I think that's a good call. So let's see. Let's continue.
Completely agree.
Ooh, got rainbow bagel. Hmm.
Um, so I'll be honest, I've never tried one. And I think it went through a fad at some point. I think a few years ago it was a fad. I think it ends up it should be the same as a plain bagel. Just if you think it's more fun, then maybe a little higher for that reason. Or if you think it's kind of gross looking, then a little lower. But otherwise, for me, it goes in the never tried it, or I'm leaving it up to you.
I think it literally is just a plain bagel with like dye on it. So
Mhm.
whatever you think of a plain bagel, that's rainbow bagel. But if you enjoy the colors more,
But I need to be honest, I've never tried it, so I can't rank it.
oh yeah, same here. I've never had it. I didn't even know
Oh.
about them until like about a month ago. So I'm gonna.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So
Well, then that
I
makes
think we're
it
good
easy.
here.
Glad we're on the same page with that one. Be kind. Hello, hello. Welcome
Yeah.
in.
Hey, be kind. How you doing? Welcome in. I completely
We're
forgot
welcoming
about this.
my-
Here. No problem.
Welcome to my second mod. Be kind is my second mod. LG's my,
Welcome
or
in,
I don't know
Be
who's
Kind.
first and second, but LG and Be kind are my mods.
Oh,
So
that's
welcome in.
nice. Welcome in and be kind. Yeah, we're just getting started, really. We're just ranking bagels, so if you want to participate, feel free, and we'll keep it rolling. Okay, so jalapeno cheese is pretty much the same idea as Asiago cheese, but maybe it's even worse. I don't know. What do you think?
What was this jalapeno cheese?
Yeah, so it's like imagine the cheese bagel, but then you add jalapenos to it.
Yeah, that might that might be a step down.
I think you're right because it's just too much. It's like, are you eating the bagel for the bagel, or are you eating it for the cheese and the jalapenos? You know what I mean? Like I've never, like you ever have that? They have that on a bun at Subway. Oh, it's the worst. It's not. Once every like 100 times you'll be in the mood for it, but the rest of the time, like, ugh.
I just can't see like a time in which I say, oh, that's if you want something savory, there's just so many better options. I can't imagine
Mhm.
it being, even if there were just that and Asiago cheese next to it. I'd choose Asiago cheese, which I think is saying a lot because I really don't like Asiago cheese.
Yeah, I gotta hate the Drake on this one. This is
Nice.
not for me, and not for most people. Unless you literally love jalapenos and cheese that much, where you're not concerned about whatever else is the content is, or what's on it. Like I'm with you.
So far, it seems like I'm liking our agreement with most things. I appreciate you humoring me about the chocolate chip bagel, but
Absolutely.
aside from that, I feel like we're pretty much in agreement with almost everything on here.
Yeah, we've really been on the same page with a lot of this, which is it warms my heart too. I'm glad to know that because I think you know bagels better than I do, to be honest.
Oh no, we got two bagel pros in right here.
Yeah.
I think you know your bagels just as well as I do.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Um, so, yeah, Be Kind as your mod. LG says Be Kind is for sure the first one to mod. She actually knows what she's doing. Nice.
You
Well,
guys both know what you're doing.
good times. Jamie says, as far as the rainbow bagel, it's like when they dye the bagel green for St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, yeah, that's the idea. It's kind of like, it's more for show. I don't think there's necessarily a difference in how it tastes. So, but it's a cool look anyway. Let's continue with onion bagel. And I also would put this in the same category with garlic and everything. I think it's great. I think it's great.
Agreed.
Agreed? Oh, cool. We're in agreement. So let's see. So saying A?
Yeah,
Maybe
A or
even?
the best. It doesn't matter. I think it's. I would prefer that over a garlic, so that's why I'm indifferent. Either one works.
I'm good with Jerry. Let's go, Jerry.
All right,
It
let's
is
do it.
very good. Like, like you have onion rolls, right? Like you have rolls with like onion rolls or onion buns. They're all great. Like these are always great choices. They're so soft and but I mean onion bagel is not quite the same scenario, but with the taste of onion on the top as your as your crust, yeah, it's a quality choice. So I
It's
agree.
looking like Be Kind does not agree, but it's okay. We all don't have to agree.
Right on, yeah, precisely. It's all right, be kind. There are
It's
some
okay.
will
It's
come
okay.
to yeah. Yeah, Seaman, I'm with you. It's roast beef on an onion bagel, yes, please. Word up. Okay, so now we're up to pizza bagel. This is going to be highly contingent on where you get the bagel from. You know, like,
Yeah.
So, what do you think? What do you think of pizza bagel?
Um, it's a little bit removed from a bagel. Like I feel like it's not very versatile. Like you definitely can't put any type of cream cheese on it. And then you're pretty limited to what toppings I think. I don't think it would be good with too many things, but I think I feel like I've only had it once, like as a child, so I'm not really sure. I'm a little lost for this one. Any thoughts on your end?
It's pretty inconclusive for me because, like I said, if you just go by like the ones you buy at the store, it's terrible. I would put Hate the Drake, but if you go with something that's of a really high quality, it could be good because, like, you know, the bagel's great, and a good crust usually makes a good pizza. So I think it would be solid. But as a day-to-day thing, I probably would throw it into D, maybe C.
I think that sounds great.
Yeah. Okay.
Like D.
Let's go with D. So there we have. That's what we have so far. You have everything and onion at the very top. Jerry the best. S tier. Egg and garlic an A. Chocolate chip bagel at B. Blueberry and cinnamon are at C. Asiago and pizza are D. Jalapeno cheese very unanimously is Hate the Drake. And then two we haven't tried: banana and rainbow bagel. And
Unanimous by all two of us.
I know consensus of two.
Everybody's in agreement here. glad we're all on the same page. That was an easy one.
So let's see. That brings us up to plain bagel. Yeah. Let's get your thoughts on plain bagel.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I think it could go almost anywhere depending on where you get it. But it is versatile, and I besides like the texture being bad, if you get like that Dean, I think the Dean's brand, that like relatively generic brand, I feel like those are bad. But no matter what bagel you get from that, it's bad. So I think overall it's really versatile. I don't think there's a time in which I would say like, oh, I don't really want a plain bagel as my option. It's definitely not going to be the absolute best. But you know, I feel like if you have something like a strawberry or blueberry cream cheese, it's decent. I feel like if you had a bagel and lox on it, well, you don't have the bagel and the lox on it, but if you had your sandwich bagel and lox and using the plain, I think that's a really solid option. If you wanted like a meat on it, I think that would be good too. So overall, I feel like it lands in the A or B category for its versatility and the fact that it's never going to really be bad.
Right. Because you're right. Like if the bagel dough itself is a quality bagel, is quality of high. I'm sorry. If it's of high quality, then a plain bagel would most definitely be a solid choice. So for me, I think it's like an A because it's like
That sounds great.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and you know, Steeman was. I'm seeing great comments in the chat. So plain is solid. I'm with it, Steeman. And Be Kind says plain is good for peanut butter and jelly bagel. Yep.
I agree. Yeah. I don't have those peanut butter and jelly bagels often, but the few times that I've had them, they're on plain and they're really good. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you toast it, as Steven suggests, that would be amazing. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Perfect.
You know what I'm thinking of doing for breakfast tomorrow?
Some English muffins.
No, I'm thinking a bagel.
Oh, wow. Big turn of events there. And let me guess, is it going to be a bagel sandwich by chance?
Very non-zero chance it could be
First, you're throwing curveballs at me, asking me about sandwiches on a sandwich show. Now you're saying that you're going to be eating bagels after the bagel ranking. You're all over the place tonight.
All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun ranking all these. Like, it's fun to explore all these flavors. A chocolate chip bagel with extra chip. I don't even know if they sell those in California. That's the thing. I think they do at the store, but I don't know if they do it like bagel shops. Let's continue with poppy seed bagel. I don't have an idea about it. I've never really tried one. I've seen them, but I've never had them. What do you think?
It's the same as it's essentially the same as a plain bagel, except the poppy seeds get everywhere. So for me, it's like maybe a C. I don't know. I mean, I would just never order it. Is the reality? It's like not disgusting. It's not bad. If it were there, sure, I would use it. If it were the last one on a spread, and I wouldn't have a complaint. But I would pretty much never choose it. Sounds like you're sort of in the. I mean, you haven't chosen it. It sounds like, which is saying a lot.
LG says also poppy seeds can test positive for drugs. That's very much on brand with the tier list tonight. Keeping with the Seinfeld theme, that's absolutely right. Let's go back to the list itself. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, so the poppy seed bagel. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I like poppy seeds, but not my first choice, not my second choice, and many times not even my third choice. So I'd probably put it C.
Yeah, I think C probably sounds good. Not bad, but
not bad,
it's not
right? Yeah, I'll put C.
No redeeming qualities, but not bad.
It's not because like they also are so distracting that they take away. Poppy seeds can be good though on buns. Though I love them on buns, so I am pretty neutral of them. So that's pretty good.
Like if you really wanted to test positive for opiates, just go for a whole lot of them, and you'll be in the gold. So it has other uses too, if you ever want.
Who would have a goal to test positive for opiates?
You never know. People have different motives. People have different life goals, and I try not to judge. I try not to judge.
Deliberately want to test positive for opiates.
People have different reasons. You never know.
Hey,
somebody might want to win a bet. You never know what people want. I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying I agree with you. You do you.
Yeah.
Don't point at me when you say that.
LG says, I guess people that want to get fired. That's definitely an option for some people that they might want to explore. All right. So that brings us up to poppy seed. And let's see about it. I'm sorry, pumpernickel. Good bread. I don't know if it's good bagel. What do you think?
I don't think I've ever actually had it, but I definitely don't want it. I don't like that kind of bread. I mean, I'm honest. I don't like pumpernickel. I don't like I honestly don't like rye bread, and I feel like it's just too. It's like it's not even a texture, but it's like a earthy. I don't know. I just no thanks. I'll pass.
Very fair. Very fair. I love rye bread, but pumpernickel is kind of its own deal. I haven't tried it, so I don't really know what to say to it.
I've never tried it either, so I'm fine putting it in that category.
But you had a really good opinion for not trying it. You definitely had a strong feeling about it.
No, just it sounds gross.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, I'm down for. I don't know. Are they? Is this usually a category? I've seen a few of the rankings, but is this usually a category? Never tried it, or like don't have an opinion?
I think it is. You do see them on tier lists. Yeah, like they pop on sporadic. It's up to the person who makes it to put it on, but it is always on the table. Yeah. So.
I don't know. Like it's the honest truth. I could judge it as much as I want, but maybe I would try it and love it. So I don't want to judge it.
I've never tried it either, so I think that's the only option for me. So I think that's easy. Another consensus of 2.
I know it's crazy.
It won by a 2-0 vote. Yeah. Um, okay, so rye bagel. Now, this is kind of interesting because like I've never had this either, but I want to. So I do the honest thing and put it in and never tried it.
But I think there's going to be a lot of controversy if we talk about if we in theory had it, because I would say it sounds terrible. You would say it sounds great, but we could agree and put it in the never tried it category.
So
Then we don't have to fight over it.
now we just gotta go get one. Like future sandwich show stream, we're just gonna try rye bagels and we'll make a decision.
It would be fun actually going and just doing a sandwich show where we tried them all and then rank them like in live in real time.
That's a great idea. Like future follower goal. Like, I think that's a really good idea.
We could. This is too many bagels to buy, but we could split the list and each get like whatever it is, 8 bagels or something, and
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, we don't have to pick the obvious ones that we don't want, like the cheese ones. We can just dismiss those. We don't have to rank those.
Yeah.
So it really will
I
just
want to get nauseous during my stream.
Exactly. Like we basically would try the ones we haven't tried. So rye and pumpernickel, and then we'd go to the ones we love, which are everything and onion, and then the more ambiguous ones too, like chocolate chip. But then all the other ones that are kind of common, like the obvious choices, like rainbow. We don't need to waste time on that. So that's kind of what we're going. We would probably wind up with about 6. Any dessert bagels? Yes. We covered chocolate chip. We ranked it B. We have blueberry at C, and then we have one more coming later. So I think rye, we'll put it on never tried it, just to be accurate.
Nice.
Rainbow just died food coloring plain bagel. Yes, correct. That is also my assessment. So whatever you think of plain bagel, it's probably what I would think of the rainbow bagel. Unless you're just extremely offended by colors, which would be sad, but but to be fair, I've never tried it, so I can't make an opinion on it. So okay, so salt bagels next. Oh man. Jeffrey, I'm very intrigued by your thoughts on salt bagel.
Yeah, not bad. I feel like it's like an everything bagel, but missing some of the complexity of it. Like it's a similar type. It's not bad, but I feel like I would, if I got it, I would be like, oh, let me like take some of this salt off. I feel like it's just a little on the salty side, so I feel like it's maybe half a step down from plain. But that's again just my opinion. Any thoughts from your end?
I don't think I've really had it. That I may have had it once or twice, but it seems like something I'd be in favor of. However, I would have to really evaluate the density of the salt. Too much salt in anything is not good. Like I've never enjoyed anything with too much salt. So until I really know what that ratio is and whether it would jibe with my palate, I can't have a proper analysis of it. But the premise sounds good, and I do like salt on a crust for other bagels. So I would say it's solid. I'd say it's like a B or an A. Jamie says the salt bagel is a commitment. You need to drink 9 gallons of water after. Oh man, is it that much?
It's like caked on.
It's like caked on? Damn.
Ooh.
Okay.
Caked. It is caked.
I'm taking Jamie's word for it there. So you can't make it an A then, if that's true. Maybe like a B or C. Look, sometimes you want the commitment, right? Like sometimes you'll commit to something that is a commitment. But I definitely would put a step up of over like poppy seed or.
Agree. I like B.
B's good. Okay.
He's also a little bit lonely right now, so
it burns.
The chocolate chip bagel has a friend.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's nice that chocolate chip gets a companion. So now sesame. I like sesame seeds on a bun, so I probably would put it favorite. Yeah, I mean, I should, but let me let you have the floor first, and then I'll add on.
I don't know. I think it's pretty similar to poppy seeds, just a little less messy.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a little bit more like, I don't know, it's like sophisticated. It's like a little bit more like a normal thing. I don't know. I feel like it's maybe between. I think it might end up being a B in my opinion. It's like a little bit worse than plain, but a little bit better than poppy seed, and so there I feel like it might end up being a B.
Yeah, it's a very non-offensive bagel. So from that standpoint, as long as the bagel itself is really high quality, I think you're really solid with sesame. So I would put it there too. It's pretty good. Now, Steeman just said that sesame is the White Claw of bagels. What do you mean, Steven? I would love to hear some more about that. But anyway,
It was the only thing left.
I would never order a poppy seed bagel. I guess it was if it was the only thing. That's great, Jamie. That's pretty funny.
Problem is, I don't think a mod can ban themselves. So, Davey, I think you're in a little bit of trouble here.
That's actually pretty fun. Yeah. Well, I kind of would have this point. No, don't apologize for that, Steven. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. This is great. So, speaking of things that you would only try if maybe it was the last one, right here, strawberry bagel. And it tends to be like the last one left in the case.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I've ever tried it, and I really don't want to.
Right, for sure. Like, I don't see an incentive to try a strawberry bagel either.
I can imagine what it tastes like, and
if we're feeling nice, we put it under never tried it. But to be honest, I probably would put it under hate the drink otherwise.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, because I'm down to hate it even though I haven't tried
exactly. It's like I hate it enough that I don't even want to try it. I just would rather it would just disappear from my life. So I'm with that.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like blueberry, but just worse.
Well, it definitely can't be better. I just don't see that improving upon the blueberry. So strawberry tends to be a very it tends to be a very difficult flavor, because if it's not the actual strawberries, it's like it can be really really odd and gross and just strange tasting flavor. And even if it is real strawberry, it's like, but where does it fit? Does it fit in a bagel? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. So
I know, and it doesn't.
Oh, you don't?
you might not know, but I know, and it doesn't fit in a bagel. You're being kind over there.
Yeah, that was being a little diplomatic. That's true. So now we're left with whole wheat bagel, and this will be the last of our choices.
I can start. I'm not a huge fan of whole wheat stuff. I'll just start off with that, and I'll go with there, and I'll let you lead the way. Just not terrible, but I don't.
Let's let the chat have some fun with this. I'm gonna start a poll here.
Oh yeah.
So let me go ahead and set this up. So I'm gonna start the poll. So the poll will be whole wheat. I'm gonna go S, A, B, C, D, Drake. Let's see. There we go. I'm gonna give everybody like 2 minutes to vote on this, because I have no idea. Like, I'd have to try it, but I do like bagels to be a little fluffy, so I think I probably can't. I mean, just my impression. I would not know until I actually have it, but just my impression of it, I would put it under the meh category, so it'd be like a total C for me.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Yeah. I don't want to skew the voters, but I agree. I think it's a CD type of category.
What are the two next to the rainbow disaster? Okay, so the two next to rainbow are pumpernickel and rye. Pumpernickel and rye. Those are the ones on the right-hand side. And Jamie says, I don't know if it tastes sweet sometimes, which isn't what I want. Yeah, not knowing is a weird thing to have with a bagel flavor. So let's just see where the chat weighs in on it. I'm very curious. Yeah, a lot of people, most of the votes so far have been for C or D. And honestly, I probably would go D, because it's like, C is like one of those where it's like, you have it, you're good with it, and then like you might go to it once in a while. I'm not sure if I would go to one. Whole wheat's better as a bread than as a bagel. I think that seems to be a consensus in the chat. Steven says whole wheat is an assault weapon for someone with celiac. Oh yeah. I know what you mean. I know friends who have celiac, and they just wouldn't touch that. That'd be wild.
I don't think they can touch most bagels though.
Correct. Yeah.
To be honest,
you just couldn't even step in a bagel shop, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Half pumpernickel. I've had a marble bagel. Bagel is a little bit of both, says Jamie. Half pumpernickel, half rye, like swirled. Cool. I like pumpernickel bread, so that's why where it gets a little interesting. Okay, so the chat has ruled CD. Okay. And I think, I think D. C's okay, but D's fine. I'm gonna put it at D.
Nice. That's perfect.
Okay. So there it is. There are your bagel rankings. So for the S tier, the best cherry, the best, you have everything and onion. For the A tier, egg, garlic, and plain. For B, you have chocolate chip, salt, and sesame. Everything from B on up is very solidly ranked. I think those are really good evaluations. And then for C, you have blueberry, cinnamon, and poppy seed. Well, with chocolate chip, I probably would have thrown down to C. But other than that, everything is really spot on.
Whoops.
no, it's fine. It's fine. It's all right. Like I'm not like offended at it at all. I'm just think it's interesting, like how I would have interpreted it. But everything going down, like we're like totally on the same page. Like the cheese bagels, like nah, strawberry, nah.
Nah.
And then everything in the never tried it, like some of them you can, I mean, the ones that never tried it are like, we could try it, but we're not hugely motivated to. I probably would put the 2 on the end, like the rye bagels, the pumpernickel and the rye, would be the ones I would probably most want to try out of that group.
Yeah, for me, definitely rainbow. It just sounds like it's a little more fun.
Oh my goodness, April's here!
Oh man,
April! Hello. Let me go bring everybody in. Like, wow, how's it going, Taco? What's going on? Hey, everybody, how you doing? Let me see if I got.
Take it away, Davey.
Welcome, and this is Green Guy Music. Welcome in. There we go. I predict the riot. I predict the riot. Oh my goodness, April, how's it going? We were just talking about you earlier in the stream. We were talking about... What were we talking about? Like your... Oh, because Okay, yeah. We were talking about how you do a whole lot of variety of things. How was your stream tonight? It's so nice to see you all here. Thank you so much for the raid. My name is Davey. I'm a variety streamer. I host a talk show. It's called The Sandwich Show. Tonight's guest is Green Guy Music, who's a looper and a pianist out of Chicago. And our friend April... is a gaming streamer who also does cooking streams, and he does musical streams on Mondays with her friends, and it is such a vibe. Please follow April Anonymous. Oh my goodness, that's great. Let's see, April Anonymous, it was so fun. We were doing some Disney Dreamlight Valley. It was so much fun. Oh man, pump it up. I love it. April, I see the badge on your name. It appears that you're going to TwitchCon. I'll be there too. I'd love to see you in person. Let me know if you be... let me know where you... I mean, we'd love to... If you're looking for me specifically, I'm hosting a meetup thing on Thursday night, but I'll be around the rest of the time too. But for all of you joining in the raid, if you are going to TwitchCon, we'd love to see you there tomorrow night. We're hosting a very, 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 very unofficial meetup party at Bub's at the ballpark in San Diego. Thursday from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is an approximate ending date. We don't know. We're probably going to be there all night, to be honest with you. Joining me will be CW Guitar, Brookstone Bards, and myself. And any of you who want to be there, we'd love to have you there. They have great wings. They have great beer. And it's a good time. So, okay, Friday morning. Right on. Word up. Well, safe travels once you go. It's going to be there's going to be so much going on over there. But thank you so much for the raid. And again, just follow April Anonymous. It's such a great hang. I appreciate your community joining us, and crashing BorkCon. That's right, BorkCon tomorrow. The con before the con. It'll be really fun. But yeah, we're here with Green Guy Music, and if you've all not heard of him before, he specializes in loops, and the loops he does are really, really fun. They get you on your feet. The kind of music you play really is like more up tempo. Would that be correct? Like, what are some of your favorite types of music to play on stream?
For sure, yeah. My go-tos are pretty much all like pop and just upbeat things, heavy beats. Not quite electronic stuff, but getting close to there. But yeah, I do beatboxing. I do a lot of vocal harmonies, vocal looping, piano looping, all that fun stuff.
Oh, that's really cool. And Taco, Yeah, it's such a great story. I appreciate the comment. I really started learning how to play piano like a year ago. So I've been teaching myself how to play. So it's kind of it's a relatively new thing on the stream. So I've been doing piano streams probably for the last like month or so. But I'm just an amateur. I don't do it as a profession at all. But it's really fun, and much like Jeffrey, like your Discovery doing shows. Before Twitch, did you do like these kind of shows? Did you do them on other platforms? Did you do them, just in front, like at family parties and things like that?
Never, no. As I was
really?
saying, as I was saying before, I really don't like performing in front of people. So
Right.
Twitch is the perfect for me because no, I would never. I don't think you could pay me to do it at a family party in front of people. Like I have no interest. So this works out really nicely.
It's really fun that you found that discovery there. April, have a great rest of your night. I really want to thank you again for the raid. All of you from April Anonymous' crew, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's an absolute blast to have you here. It means a lot. So just to repeat, in case you didn't hear it before, April A's always got the cool things going on her stream. She streams quite a few cool things, Dungeons and Dragons too, I believe. So give her a follow, everybody from our Sam fam. We'd love to have you as part of her community too. So thank you so much. Safe travels, and I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. So let's go take our crew, the ones from April Anonymous coming in from Broadway. Got a union of Broadway, Los Angeles, and Chicago in one sitting on the stream. This is really exciting. But now I'm going to give you all an opportunity to ask our friend Green Guy some questions in the last about half an hour. I think we got plenty of time. So, Jamie, can you open the queue for us for questions? Because it is time for one of our staples of the Sandwich Show, and we call it America's favorite moment in Twitch. Now I want a taco. Taco does that. See, if everybody talks about how, like, I make people hungry because of my name, Taco does that to me. Whenever I see Soft Taco Raider in the chat, I'm like, oh man, I could use a taco. Taco, one question before we do this. Did you take advantage of National Taco Day? I hope you did, because it was a couple of days ago. And that was your day, my friend. I hope you did. And by the way, I think LG's still in the chat, too. He's a big taco guy, too. Anyway, now it's time for America's favorite moment in Twitch broadcasting.
Do the dance. It's time for random questions. Good stuff. Ask us anything.
All right, let's ask anything. Exclamation point queued open the queue. There we are. Thank you. Oh, is that? Oh, it's open queue. Nah, I'm a bad mod too. Sorry. Open queue, Jamie. Sorry about that. But thank you for opening the queue, Jamie. So in just a moment, we'll be ready to take your questions. The way you do it, exclamation point question followed by the question itself. You can ask about anything under the sun, including hot dogs, sandwiches, TwitchCon. You can ask anything you'd like to know about Jeffrey. What do you have here? What is this we have here? It looks like
I don't know. Maybe somebody will ask about it.
Oh, a great topic. See, everybody? Go ahead. So feel free to ask away. It should be really fun. We will get there someday. No, you got it. I think that was it. Thank you, Jamie. So, let's go. Let's take some questions. We have about half an hour, so let's feel free to ask any questions you like out of our friends.
Ask me any question I may or may not answer, but you can ask. Ask whatever you'd like.
Thank you for the follow, Crunch828 as well. I really thank you for joining our Sam fam. It's really kind to have you as part of our community. If you like interviews like this one, we've interviewed a lot of cool people on Twitch, and they aren't necessarily musicians. They can be musicians, they can be gamers, they can even be mods. We've had a lot of great interviews on the Sandwich Show, so it's just part of a great journey. And if you want to continue the journey, feel free to follow us here on the Sandwich Show. Button's right there. Somewhere in there on your Twitch screen. But there we go. Be kind with our first question of the day. Is a shot dog? Have you ever heard of a shot dog?
Shot dog? I don't know what that is. I don't know.
I've never heard of a shot dog. I can't say a hot dog.
Oh! I didn't make the connection there. Oh,
okay. So literally, a hot dog is a hot dog a sandwich. Okay. Well, you wouldn't even know how many times I get that question over here at Be Kind. It's a million times, but and most of those million times I've said no. But as I often say, I respect anyone who feels differently about it. But I must relevate an opinion, and my opinion is no, I don't think it's a sandwich because the bun is kind of it doesn't really. Who was on the show? I think was it Tim? I thought somebody was on the show recently that explained it really well, like the cube rule. And but I'm gonna say no. Jeffrey, I feel free to offer your own thoughts.
Well, it's hard to answer that question after I brought a hot dog to the sandwich show. Therefore, I pretty much only have one answer.
That's true. You answered it without saying anything.
I don't know if Beacon was actually here when I had my hot dog, but I brought a hot dog to the sandwich show. So I think that means my answer has to be yes. Otherwise, I'm doing something wrong here. I just feel like a hot dog has some sort of bready element or bread substitute element with some sort of topping that tends to have the main flavor or main texture, main flavor and main texture inside of it. And the outer part is sort of part of its use is a vehicle, but the other part of its use is to complement what those flavors are. And so I'm trying to think if there's other examples of what might disqualify something. But I think if your intent, I think you also need to want to pick it up via that vehicle of like a bun of sorts. And so I think for all those reasons, I'm going to call it a sandwich. Definitely not the most streamlined sandwich, but I think I don't have another classification. I mean, I'm going to go with that.
I don't want to eat up the rest of the 30 minutes with my thoughts on hot dogs and sandwiches. I think that's a good argument. I've always gone by the idea that you need 2 pieces of bread for it to be a sandwich. You can allow it with a bun because buns can be split. You can't really split a hot dog bun because if you put the hot dog and a split bun, it just falls out. It's kind of weird. So that's always been where I get caught in it. I don't know. It's interesting though, you know. I appreciate your thoughts on that. That's really interesting, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking you sort of you broke my brain a little bit there with that one. So I'll keep thinking of my counter argument for that one.
It's been a lot of conversation about this. Like it could be its own podcast. Like is a hot dog a sandwich in like episode 300? Like
if you need me to, Davey, next time you order a hot dog, I'll cut the bottom of the bread and then it can be a sandwich. How about that?
No, I'm cool with it. Like.
And then I'll instruct you rather than holding it like this. I'll instruct you to just turn it about 40 degrees, and you'll be good to go. It won't fall out that way.
That's fantastic. I love that. You're very kind to accommodate me like that.
Anytime I'm happy to accommodate.
All right, so let's thank you, Be Kind, for your question. Let's go to Steven's question. Chicago is a great sports town. Are you a sports fan?
Not in the slightest. I don't care. I know this isn't the question. This isn't the answer that people want to hear, but not at all. I don't know about sports. I don't care about sports. I've been to Cubs games. I've been to White Sox games. Never been to a Bears game. Never been to a what are they called? Blackhawks. No.
Blackhawks. Yep.
Yeah.
Or just Hawks.
Yeah. Blackhawks game. I do know that they're Blackhawks. I don't know why I'm blanking on it now, but never been to them. That's most of it. But no, I don't follow sports in any way. College sports a little bit. Go Cats, Northwestern. But aside from that, not.
Oh yeah, Northwestern. That's right. Hold on. Let me say goodbye to a couple people. Cover Time Pete, thank you for hanging with us all night. I really appreciate you. Have a great night. Oh, go follow Cover Time Pete. And Maria, thank you so much for your help tonight and modding early in the stream. It's great to see you tonight. I'm glad you've been enjoying the night too. Have a great night, folks. Follow the Creative Star as well. A terrific makers and craft streamer. That's super cool. Well, thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Appreciate your time and hope to see you again soon. Thank you, everyone. Creative and I shouldn't say everyone because then that sounds like I'm ending the stream. But
we're not ending. We're still here.
No, we're still here. We're still here. But Pete and Maria, thank you so much again. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll keep you up to date as far as what we're doing on TwitchCon over the next few days. So yeah, Steven, good question. I was curious too. And as far as Northwestern, it sounds like that's your alma mater.
Alma mater.
Nice. Okay. Great school.
I still really don't follow their sports that much, but if it's on or if friends are watching, I'll watch with them. But
cool.
In reality, I'm not that interested even when the game's on. Go Cats.
Do they have tailgating? Because it seems like a small campus. Like I wondered if there's even room for tailgating over there.
Yeah, there is. It's a small nerdy campus, but there's still enough.
Well, I love it. I love it. Big Ten football. That's good stuff. Okay, so
Okay.
love it. Go Cats. Dig it. So our next question is from the LG Music, and LG asks, can you tell us about Showcase Some Pottery?
Whoa. Funny you asked. As a matter of fact, I have some pottery right here.
Hey, there you go.
We didn't plan that, but somehow we probably did. But yeah, so another part of my stream, it's not a regular part of my stream, but a couple of times I've been able to do pottery streams. So another big thing that I do, one of my hobbies is pottery. And so this is one, I more recently I've been showcasing different things that I've made. So a few months back, I was at my pottery studio, and I sat down with my phone in front of me, and we made some pieces together, just starting with the clay, and then walked through that, and then the trimming process. But yeah, so I make a lot of pottery. I don't sell anything. I sort of keep it all, but I have a few. Don't mind the feet on here, but I have a few 100 things,
Wow.
sort of around my house, and then I have on loan to family. So, but yeah, so that's one of my big hobbies. I had a lot of fun streaming it, and now I sort of have showcases during my normal, not really showcases, but show and tell. Every stream I try and take a piece and talk a little bit about it. So this is a picture that I made not too long ago. It is the inside's yellow, which I really like. It's a nice smooth interior. I made a nice bulky handle that can handle the weight because it's a rather bulky mug. I put a nice little thumb holder on the top here, so your thumb can rest nicely in it. There's a nice spout on it. But I really, really like how this piece ended up turning out.
It looks great, and I think Maria, who was here just a few moments ago, would appreciate it too. She's specialized in makers and crafts just like that. She's a big pottery person, and it's pretty cool. So so do you follow the Creative Start? Yeah, definitely worth a follow, because I think you'd appreciate it too, because it's very similar stuff. You get into making pictures and nacho dishes, as Beacon mentioned. That's pretty cool. That would be a good nacho dish.
Yeah, I had a it's not here with me, but I have a chips and dip bowl that I brought onto stream not too long ago.
Ah, boy. Goes great with baseball. And Steven says that pitcher could get a position on the Cubs. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a beautiful picture. I agree with Beacon. I want the picture, too. So, thank you, LG. That's a great... It is very pretty, LG. You're right. But thank you for the question. Excellent. Let's go to the next question from Jamie. Jamie asks, how many dances do you have on Fortnite?
That's a good question. I don't know at all. I'm trying to think. I guess there's about 8 dances per page, and I probably have about 15 pages worth or something. So 80, 120, maybe something a little bit upwards of 100 is my guess. But a lot of them are not true dances. A lot of them are just little emotes. So, but yeah, it's about 5 years or 4 years now of every battle pass, just all the dances from there. I actually have never spent money on Fortnite. When I first started playing, Apex Legends, another big game, had just come out, so they actually gave out the what do you call that thing? The battle pass for free. So I've just gotten everything from the battle pass from there on out, but I've never actually put more money into it than that. So it's cool that I can play so much for free. It's a cool new age in gaming, I guess.
Cool. I love it. So, sweet. Nicely done. Jamie's all about it. Jamie loves it. Good time.
LG is pointing out in chat for a while. I kept trying to rope LG into it. I was like, come on, anytime you want to join me. The invitation's open to anybody. If you want to join me, let me know. I guess I'm in Davy's Discord, so message me anytime and we can set up a time and play
sweet.
some.
So we have look, Jamie and you and yourself would know way more about that than me, so I think it's cool that you're into it, and you really, that sounds like you're into it too. It's not like you're kind of into it, you're totally into it. That's pretty cool. 18
LG says it's, yeah. LG's just saying that he feels like he's being recruited for an MLM. LG, all you have to do is get 5 friends to join, and it's going to be so much fun, and then just there. But don't worry about that. We'll just play for now.
Jamie says we play in Boyd's Discord sometimes. A couple of us play together. Oh, nice.
Yeah, Jamie, let me know on Discord what's going on with that. And I can probably I'll
Love the
probably be
call.
down to play sometime. So let me know.
Yep. So Steeman has another question, and the question is, what advice would you give to someone who wants to get into looping? What inspired you?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Whew, where do you even start? So there's no right or wrong answer. I'm no expert on like the different technologies that arise, but there's a lot of options depending on sort of what you want to commit to it. So you could do. I have a hardware looper like this. So Boss RC makes a lot of them. So that's what this guy is. This has 5 channels. It's a hand looper. It's the RC 505. There's also a lot of foot pedals that are more for like if you're playing guitar, things like that. And so those guys, also made by Boss, but the RC 600 is the series for that. And then there's also just smaller ones where it's like 1 or 2 channels. It's just a single button for mainly guitarists, and they use their foot for it. But so those are the physical options, the rundown of the physical options. But then there are a ton more software options too, and I don't know a lot about those. I know Ableton you can loop with, and I'm sure there's other software online that you can loop with, but all it takes is for you to sort of have a knack or interest or inkling into like breaking down music. So it can be as you can be musical to do it, but you don't necessarily need to be super musical. So yeah, I don't know. It's just for me, like beatboxing is my background. I was the beatboxer for my acapella group. So I can just like, and that's just the basis for my whole song. And it's really like, Twitch. I mean, I'm using Zoom for this, and Zoom just had a big thing pop up saying, "Are you playing music?" Um, so it knows. But yeah, so it's pretty simple once you just break it down into thinking about what sort of beat is being laid down, what sort of chords, and you can look those up online. So what kind of chords, and then the harmonies and stuff. I feel like that's either if your mind works like that and you can think of them, you can do vocal harmonies, or if it doesn't work like that and you just want to use the piano stuff, you can do that too. So yeah, it's just slowly but surely. I bought this thing and I played with this thing for probably about 6 or 8 months before I ever brought it on stream. So I think if you want to make your stream into I'm learning how to loop stream, I think that would be cool. But for me, I didn't want to crash and burn too much on stream. So I didn't do that, but I still crash and burn plenty on stream. So whatever you're interested in, that was I think a pretty long rundown as to how to get into this. But also just watching, like I did just watch loopers. So come to my stream and check me out. All the big loopers, Emily McVicker, as I said before, Autopilot, Matt Walden. There's just so many good loopers out there to watch, and I could just sit there for hours and hearing how they put together the song. Sashi Boom is another great one. Many more.
Pretty cool. Yeah, and I think you've leaned on some really good like hardcore loopers, right? Like they're pretty much the creme de la creme of the looping genre within Twitch. So that's a really nice basis. My follow-up to that is, what are some of the songs that you feel are really well built for looping? Like which ones are great fits for loopers?
Yeah, so if you've ever heard the 4-chord song, that's like the basic foundation, and I think a lot of what looping started with is people realized that there's so many songs that use the same chord progressions, especially pop music uses a lot of the same chord progressions. Yep. And so with that, if you hear a song that just kind of keeps repeating itself, you can do that, and you can do other songs where just the chorus repeats and you jump out of that for non-looping parts, and then you jump back to the looping chorus. So I have a good handful of songs on my list that do that. But if you're going for just hardcore looping and want something straightforward, I think starting with the 4-chord song is probably going to be your best bet. But also, even just Googling what songs loop, like I've found lists and looked through those for my own song list, or look through looper song lists and see what songs loop. So there's no wrong way to do it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like, just go to our friends' channels and look at the song list and like, okay, let's do this song. Let's do this song. It's pretty cool.
I'm not making up that way to do it. I've my foundations in my song list that way. But I mean, since then it's transformed so much, and there's songs that don't work for me that work for other people, and songs that other people don't have that I think I
That's great.
work really well. So there's no right answer, but there's a good ways to find inspiration on Twitch.
Steven, you're welcome, and thank you also for the question. That's a great question. Appreciate your question. Yeah, and I think it's great. Are there songs that you're particularly proud of in your song list that you feel don't get covered by other artists or don't get covered enough?
So I think LG would probably be in agreement with this one. LG's favorite song, actually, I'm probably most proud of. It's Waka Waka, or like This Time for Africa by Shakira. And I'm just proud of that one because it got mentioned in chat by somebody once. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's do it. And I, in the moment, just came up with the whole, and all of my things I just sort of make up on the fly. But that one specifically, I came up with the whole looping. I used all my 5 channels in my first go. And since then, it's like one of my favorites. I know it's one of LG's favorites. It's become a favorite of the channel. But that one I'm just proud of that I came up with it in the moment without any prep and just ran with it. So that one's definitely one of my favorites. Most proud of that.
That's a great call. That's a great call. Everybody jumped on it in the chat. Waka Waka, Waka Waka. That's great. It's a bop. I've heard it too. I'm really glad that that's kind of become your song. And that's my favorite thing about streamers is that every streamer has like 1 or 2 songs that become their song. That's like, this is their song. That's your song. It's absolutely your song. It's really great.
That, and then Shivers, if Dez is still in here, Shivers is definitely one of
Shivers.
my
Cool.
Yeah, that's by far my most played, probably twice as much as anything else. But it's Dez always, Dez, if you're still here, Dez always requests Shivers, and I always do it for Dez, and Dez is almost always in stream, so a lot of Shivers.
I dig it. So let's see, Steeman has a question, really good question, and I think we're gonna have time for one more question. So throw that in, everybody, and then we'll close the queue.
This is flying by. It's crazy. I feel like I've been on here for 20-30 minutes. I could keep answering questions for days on here. It's so sad that this is ending so soon. That's all right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get you back. We'll work something out. I think it's been so much fun talking to you. I really, much like we were when we met in IRL like a few months ago. Like, it was, like you said, time goes fast when you have fun, and this has been very fun. So
I think I'm lucky that you know the guy who runs this show. So that'll yeah, that'd be awesome. Make this happen again. I'm having a great time.
Absolutely. Solid. Back at you. And I really love how the chat is enjoying it too. I'm glad you're enjoying it, everybody. Yeah. When great guests make the sandwich show go so fast, and I think Green Guy is a great guest tonight for sure. So let's see. We got this one. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Let's see. So Seaman with the question: what is the? Well, be kind. You're very kind to say that. Thanks. Thank you. You're true to your name. That was very kind of you to say. Appreciate you. So the Seaman's question: what is the farthest you've been from Illinois, and what is a memory from this location that makes you happy? So it's a 2-part question.
Yeah, that's I think so. I did a trip about now it's maybe 7 years ago. And that was a trip to Japan and South Korea. Which of those is farther, I'm not sure, but Japan it was overall a 10, 11, 12-day trip. And about 2/3 of that was in Japan. So about 6 days, 7 days in Japan, and then about 3 or 4 of those were by myself. So, and before I met up with some friends. So that side of it, just sort of exploring Japan by myself. It was my first time doing a trip where it was like me, just kind of going off and doing my own thing. So I had a great time there. One of my favorite memories was sitting down in Hiroshima. I went to a okonomiyaki. I don't know. Of course, now that I'm thinking about the word, I can't say it. Okonomiyaki. That's the word.
That's a word.
Yeah, but it's usually I've said it a million times. I don't know why I'm struggling with it now, but I'm thinking too much. But it's essentially like I went to a place where you sit down right in front of the grill and they make it in front. It's a big flat top grill.
Like hibachi, right?
Okonomiyaki. There we go.
Oh man.
Is it hibachi? I guess similar to that style. It was almost like a diner feel, though. It was like you were sitting at the diner counter facing the kitchen, and the kitchen was just cooking it in front of you. But no, very similar style. And so with that, they were making it. They take noodles and they put it down, and then they add I don't know what they had. They had scallions and they had a whole bunch of things, but it ends up being like a very savory sort of noodle pancake where, and them making it right in front of your eyes. That was one of the first days in Japan. It was super fresh. It was super delicious. I haven't had it. I've had it in the United States once or twice since, but it just didn't do it justice. So that was by far just food memories are some of my favorite memories. I travel for food a lot, but yeah, that was top notch.
That's so cool. Now, I would love to demonstrate. I wonder if we can show this on screen. What's it called again? Oken.
It's so fun. It's like a word that is in my it's in my own
Naga.
Oko.
Okinaga.
There we go. Now here we go. I'll paste it into chat.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
Okonomiyaki.
Wow, say that 3 times fast. Wow, that's gonna be.
It is so funny. I've never had trouble with that word before. Probably when I first learned it, but since then.
Oh man, this looks.
Oh, there's egg in there. I know it's really good.
Oh, okay. I kind of feel I can see. Okay, so I'm gonna show you folks, show everybody a photo of what this looks like. This looks really good. Let's go take a look. Oh, not this one. Go this one. This one. Oh, no. Go back. And let's see. I think this one will do it. Oh yeah, this will do. Cool. Okay. So here's what Okonomiyaki.
There we go.
Ooh. Yeah. That was an adventure. That's what it looks like, everybody. Wow. It's a little, it's hibachi. It's kind of like hibachi, but it's not strictly meat. I can see there's a lot of different things here going on. Wow. That looks so good. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
So good.
Oh, Crunch, welcome in the chat. Good to see you. How you doing, Crunch? Thank you again for the follow. I had okonomiyaki last night. It was good, but not traditional. Oh my goodness, that's great though. That is really cool. Look, that you had
Crunch, where do you live? Where do you live?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, sorry, I don't mean to.
LG. Yeah, if you feel comfortable answering that, let us know. We'd be interested to know.
Not low calorie at all. So
No. No, Luis is right. I had it once in a Japanese restaurant, but I'm sure it wasn't the real thing. Yeah. Oh, you're in. Oh, okay, right on. Texas. Okay, cool. What's cool that Texas has an okonomiyaki. That's cool. LG says that screams carbs. I know. Yeah, I couldn't eat this.
Screams carbs, screaming goodness. No issues there.
Nah, valid. True story.
We just ranked bagels, so I don't think we can take offense to it.
So good. Yeah, that is really looking good. So, folks, that is okonomiyaki. It looks great. It doesn't look good for you, but it looks very tasty. Very tasty. So, really cool. Yeah, thanks for the question, Steven. That's really great. Well, gosh, I don't want to keep you up too late either, but it has been such a blast doing this. We'll keep everybody wanting more. Jamie, go ahead and close the queue if you don't mind for me. And my father is sweet. That's news. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm not sure. Be kind if you know that that's the same Modfather you think or we're thinking of. I'm just kidding. Modfather, you're the best. We love you, buddy. Like, it's a hard-earned love, but when you get it, you get it. And I think he's a great guy. Like, I think I do. Legit. So, yeah, thanks for closing the queue, Jamie. So, I don't know. I guess we could continue with, we could just close it up with some final thoughts. I mean, what are you looking forward to as you continue your streaming journey? You mentioned how you have kind of goals that are kind of floating around and not exactly hard set, but the journey seems to be fun for you.
Yeah, one of my new favorite parts of just the Twitch community is that itself, the fact that the Twitch community exists. So it's regularly that I just keep making new connections and meeting new people through it. Yeah, I mean, there's just such a top-notch group of people. I'm really bummed that I can't make it to TwitchCon. I was just in California for work, and the trip ended up ending yesterday, 2 days ago, and I just got back. And I wanted to stick around for TwitchCon, but then I was gonna turn it into like a 10-day trip because of those awkward 4 days in between. And so because of that, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't be off of work that long. So unfortunately, I was planned to go there, but I couldn't go to TwitchCon. So there's always next year. But I'm not answering the question. But yeah, just the Twitch community, continuing to build the Twitch community, and just staying involved with it. I'm doing more charity raid trains is also one of my goals. Maybe organizing one someday as well, as work is a little bit quieter. But,
What would you call it if you organized your own raid train? Like, what would be your name for it?
Oh. Ooh, that's a really good question. I don't think I don't know that I have a good answer for it. I'll keep thinking for a minute.
I don't want to influence your answer, so I feel I'd be excited to find out though. And Steven says green team. Jamie says you can go next year a mod farther than I go. We are more fun. Hey, listen, y'all are fun.
Right.
I won't argue that. So it'd be interesting to where they do the next one. I feel like they should eventually do a TwitchCon on the East Coast. I think that's a good idea. Some balance, like rotate it, like 1 year in the East, 1 year in the West, and just keep going.
Yeah. I feel like if they made it central, it would be a little bit more accessible. I feel like if you're coming from the East Coast, it's such a long flight.
Yeah.
And again, there's international people coming in for it, so it doesn't really matter.
That's true too. Like I guess if you put it like in either Kansas City or Chicago, it's like the best of both worlds. Like everybody could make that. Like it's like about the same flight for everybody.
Chicago, I can make that.
Yeah, you could make it easily. Like you don't even need to fly. You're good to go.
I'll bring my bottle of ketchup for anybody who's trying to eat a natural Chicago dog.
You're going around like hot dog places. You're gonna get takers too. That's the crazy shit. Like you're gonna get. Takers.
Last time I went to this place, no joke. Last time I went to this place, I went with my buddy and I brought a thing of ketchup, and there was a dad. There was a family, like a whole minivan of people. You eat. It's a small place, so you eat outside. Mm-hmm. There was a dad, and he goes, "You guys brought ketchup? That's not supposed to go on there." And about 5 minutes later, a kid runs from the van and runs up to us and says, "Can I have some ketchup?" So his son was in disagreement with dad, and the son still wanted ketchup.
Amazing.
And we gave it to him.
I love it. Now that's a great deed right there. I love that. That's such a great story. So good. All right, so let's do the thing, folks. Let's thank some people. We had a lot of people to thank tonight. Like that child got disowned. Quite possibly, but listen, you got a moment of satisfaction out of it, and for that, Green Guy should be commended.
At least I contributed to it. That's the good news.
Good times. All right, so let's roll those credits. Let's see. WAPO those credits. Let's go. Here we go. So many people to thank. First of all, the mod helped tonight. The Creative Star should be in here, but she was really great with helping mod the early part of the show, and then Jamie was really helpful in the latter part of the show. Crunch, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the resubs, and 2 awesome raids tonight from Cecily and April A. Awesome times. That should eventually be a command. Be kind. I'm with you in there. But now let's go find someone to raid. So what I want to do, I want to raid somebody who is not going to TwitchCon, because I think we need to. I would like to spread some love, kind of make a TwitchCon for somebody else. So, is there anyone that you'd love to raid that is on your radar right now, Jeffrey? We can go look into it.
I see Piano Ryan is on. I'm a pretty regular in his. I don't know if he's going to TwitchCon, honestly.
Okay.
But I'm a big fan. He's a piano musician. If you don't know him, he's in Las Vegas. Does some pretty late night music. Mm-hmm. New Baroque is on as well. I was a big fan of New Baroque. Those are my 2 music streamers who are on right now.
Okay.
But I'm not. I mean, if you have somebody in mind, I'm not too picky.
Let me think. Boyan has a command. Yeah, I love that Boyan has a command. Are you familiar with Andrea Cannon guitar at all?
Yeah, familiar. I think we've been in raid trains together, but I'm not sure I've
okay.
heard before, but that sounds like a great opportunity.
Let me go look at what was the first one again? Rob. I have no.
Piano Ryan.
Piano Ryan.
Piano Ryan YT. I guess YouTube.
Oh, he's on YouTube.
Or I don't know.
Oh, maybe
It's just piano Ryan YT.
What
I
a
don't even think
traitor! I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
well, I just don't think. Oh, he hasn't started yet. I don't think the YT has been on there. I think that might be a new edition. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Traitor.
I'm just kidding. We have VODs on YouTube too, so I can't use that argument. Wait, is he just starting? That actually might work in our favor. I'm gonna go over the stream too, just double check.
Yeah, he's just starting. It looks like he has his start screen up. He's been on for 4 minutes.
Oh, he's
don't
just
think,
okay.
Yeah, I don't think he usually does a start stream for too long. So I don't know if you're interested, we could keep chatting for a few more minutes or find somebody else. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Not
Let's
too
see.
picky.
Steven says Daniel Wayne. Yeah, I've been to Daniel Wayne. Daniel Wayne's good too. I do like Daniel Wayne, so that's a good call. I was kind of like thinking like Looper, but there aren't any. I don't really see any Loopers on my radar, so Piano Ryan seems like a good call. We could just roll over there, say hi to.
Sounds good.
I have not met this person. I'd be willing to wait a little bit just to make sure wait until he's like doing things, and we could just hang out for a little bit. Oh yeah,
sure,
Lemon
yeah.
is good. Lemon's cool too. Yeah, that's right. Lemon, I like Lemon. Lemon is cool.
Yeah, I'm not too picky. Whatever
Yeah,
you
it's
guys are
making,
into.
okay. We did get 2 votes for Daniel Wayne though. Okay. Let's see. How long has
Well,
he been
down to meet
streaming
new
though?
people too. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter to me.
The radar I use is really large. There's so many people on this radar. It's a good thing, but it can sometimes be challenging when you're trying to find someone to read because there's so many people. I'm like, I have to pick one. Like, okay, I can do that. But let me just figure out. Because the thing, it's important to check that because, like, it's a couple times I've been over to someone's stream and then, like, they just end it. Like, it's not a fun feeling. So let me just double check.
Oh, that's just terrible.
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
found there's a command that you can stop raids from coming into your chat for 1 hour. So I decided that about 20 minutes before I end my stream, I'm gonna hit that from now on. So don't get raided awkwardly and have to extend and extend.
Gotcha. That is kind of neat. Yeah. Well, for what it's worth, I don't see Daniel Wayne even on the radar, so I think he may have raided out already.
Good thing we didn't jump into there and
I
get
know.
get
It would have been wild.
close one.
Music is Code is going to TwitchCon, so it will not fall in that category. And I can't wait to meet Dan. That's going to be really great. So, looking forward to that. So, let's go back to Piano Ryan.
Ryan YT.
Yeah,
So
piano.
it's like he's not
Cool
on
beans.
yet.
Okay. Yeah, all right. This would be fun. What kind of music does he play? Classically trained? Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of classical stuff, some pop stuff. So a good mix. And he actually just announced on I think his last stream that he's going to start doing some originals too. He
Yeah.
has a few, but he said he's going to rev that up quite a bit.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Super sweet. So he's okay. Let me just check one more thing. Let me just check one more thing. This does happen from time to time. We end up going in neutral. It's all good. It's all good.
But we're
Do you
just
think
chilling
pineapple
vibing.
beyonds on? Do you think pineapple beyonds on a pizza?
Do I think pineapple should be on pizza?
Yeah.
I love pineapple on pizza.
Okay.
It's not on like I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I like a piece of pineapple pizza, but I don't know that I want my whole meal pineapple pizza. So it's just a very like strong polarizing flavor. So I want some of that and some normal pizza.
Okay. Okay. I just did some more research. Piano Man YT. I will go over there at some point soon, but he is going to TwitchCon, so I'm gonna try to position that a little differently. So let's see who else. What were your other choices again?
I think that was. I also have Music is Code. Oh, and then New Baroque.
Oh, New Baroque. Okay, let's go see where
Yeah.
New Baroque is up to.
Violin, Floating Request, Live Learns, Colors.
Let's see.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything about TwitchCon. He's in the middle of stream right now, 3.5 hours in, so who knows?
New Baroque. Okay, let's do it. We'll go that
Let's do
way.
it.
Cool. Yeah, the way you find out, there's actually if someone's a partner and Piano Ryan YT is a partner, you can usually just look up the name and say, are they going to TwitchCon? And then sometimes it says yes, and then sometimes it says no. So, New Baroque is the winner. Let's do it. So, folks, everyone I mod for is going except Jillian and Boyan. Fascinating. Yeah, I guess that includes me, huh, Jamie? By the way, thank you again, Jamie. I appreciate your time. Hope you have a good weekend as well, Jamie. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on whatever all the things, and I will do some streams at some point during TwitchCon. So let's go hang out with New Baroque. Let's
do it.
Thank you again, Jeffrey. This has been a real treat. Much love to your work, and I hope for continued success. And I'll definitely let other people know about your channel because it's just a fun spot. So,
thank you.
Absolutely. All right,
And
folks.
same to you. Always appreciate joining in here and hanging out here. So appreciate all that you're doing for the Twitch music community, and excited that you're finally a part of the Twitch music community as well.
Thank you, Jeffrey. All right, so Jamie, one last thing. Could you get the raid calls in there? Raid and sub raid. I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid to New Baroque. And we're going to do the thing. Here we go, folks. Let's do it. All right. Mod Party Weekend. Nice. Do it up. Drink it up. Get yourself some Bagel World bagels, too. That'd be fun. Take care, everybody. Thank you again for doing this. This has been a terrific show. I appreciate your time. Thank you, Jamie, for the raid calls. So copy the raid calls. There they are. We're going to head on over to New Baroque and say hello. I'll be meeting this person for the first time, so I'm really excited about it. Have a good night. And same to you, Jeffrey. Let's go say hi, and let's have some fun. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you at New Baroque. Give our friend a follow once we get there. And thanks again. We'll be back on stream, I don't know, maybe Friday at some point. Just follow us on Discord and Instagram. Davey's eating a sandwich, and I will let you know. So it should be good times. All right, folks, let's do it. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Everybody. See you soon.
See ya.